Hello and welcome to Schenectady, New York, the site of this afternoon's Division III non-conference football game between the visitors from Springfield College, the Pride, and the Union College Garnet Chargers. Here at Frank Bailey Field, Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette here with you this evening, and it's Friday night, but we are getting ready to play football, something Union hasn't done in quite some time on a Friday night. They are 2-0, winning their first two games in pretty convincing fashion, and we'll get more into that. But this will certainly be the stiffest test so far for Union this season, as the Union is 2-0 and led by new head coach John Poppy, the first time in front of the home crowd. And we caught up with Coach earlier, and you'll hear from him before the game gets underway this evening. And again, Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette. Springfield comes in. They make the travel west. They are 2-0 as well. The Pride with a couple of solid victories against Western New England and Husson last weekend. So this will be a good matchup. If you look at any of the analysis of this game, 2-0 Springfield against 2-0 Union, and this is going to be a good game. Former Liberty League rivals, and Union's had the better. This is the 25th all-time meeting between these two programs. Union's won the last four meetings, including last season, a 21-6 victory in Springfield. So, again, this will be a good matchup, certainly the toughest opponent Union has faced this season. And we'll see. Someone's going to be going to 3-0 after this evening's game. But it's terrific weather here in Schenectady, New York. We're sitting at probably the mid to high 60s at kickoff time. We'll take a look, get an official game time temperature. But it's going to cool down. There's a good crowd trickling in already here in Schenectady, New York. So it should be a great evening for college football here in Schenectady, New York.
Yeah, it should be a phenomenal night. A lot of buzz around campus about this team. Football is always exciting for Union, and it's been a long time since Union's had a Friday night game. Looks like 103 years since the last Friday night game, so it should be a big matchup, big turnout. And it's the best matchup, as Andy was saying, that Union's had so far. Played to a little bit lower skill teams, shutting both the teams out and scoring over 60 points in both matchups. But Springfield, Union had a pretty convincing win last year, 21-6. But Springfield had 3 red zone opportunities, only able to put in 1. If the Union defense wasn't so stout, and if Springfield punches in 1 or 2 more of those, could have been a tied ball game. So it should be a really interesting matchup today.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. Again, Union 2-0, Springfield 2-0. This is the first home game, as we mentioned, for Union head coach John Poppy, who was named head coach of the program in January. He knows the program that's across the sidelines here. Got his coaching career started at Springfield in 2008 and 2009. So it's a program that he knows pretty well. This is his first head coaching job, though, the 2007 graduate of Williams College. The last 5 years spent at Harvard, but he does have ties to Union College. Previous to being at Harvard, he coached for 3 years at Columbia and was on the staff there with former Union head coaches John Audino and Al Bagnoli. So certainly knows a bit about this program, and obviously he's off to a good start here at 2-0. And Connor, as you mentioned, 2 60-point victories to start the season, and that is some rarefied air as well. It's the biggest margin for Union College football through the first 2 games since 1891. Back in 1891, they won their first 2 games by a combined 147 points, 2 70-point victories. But anytime you're breaking out statistics from the late 1800s, you've gotten off to a good start. Again, the 2 60-point victories coming on the road at Hilbert and last weekend at Worcester State. So 165-0, 163-0. I would be really shocked if Union gets anywhere near 60 tonight against this Springfield team. And when we talk about the Pride, Connor, one thing that we're going to see from them and head coach Mike Sarasolo is their triple option offense. And the Pride average just under 400 yards a game rushing the football. You heard me right. 386 yards a game they average on the ground and throwing about 91 passing. So they're right at about 500 yards. So we're going to see a lot of interesting matchups this evening. You've got the Union offense against the Springfield defense. You've got the Springfield rushing offense against a Union defense that hasn't allowed any points this season.
Yeah, the Union defense has been extremely impressive so far this season, letting up 0 points. Always hard to do. And they have a tough test against Springfield today. They got to change up a few things. They're used to playing against more spread offenses in today's form of football, but now they got to play against a triple option with 5 or 6 down linemen, 2 sniff backs, pretty much only 1 wide receiver, maybe 2 on any given play. So definitely a different. We'll see them move a lot more guys into the box, probably put down 5 down linemen, maybe 4 linebackers. You'll see a different Union defense, but they'll have to be very stout against Springfield.
For Union, they've had success offensively, pretty much doing whatever they want. They've rushed the football for over 700 yards in 2 games, and it's been a combination of Jonathan Anderson, Michael Fiore, and freshman Steven Petruzziello, who is the 2-time Liberty League Rookie of the Week, and he's got a team-leading 257 yards on the ground through the first 2 games and 3 touchdowns. And how about this, Connor? He is averaging 7.1 yards a carry through the first 2 games. That's 36 carries. It's not like he's had like 5 carries.
Yeah.
The freshman is averaging 7.1 yards a carry through 36 carries on the ground so far this season.
Yeah, a lot of rushing teams will say you got to get your 4 yards a carry. That's how you get a first down every single time. Well, the entire Union backfield is beating that out. You got Fiore at 9.4 yards averaging, and that's with 18 carries too, not a small amount. And then Anderson's at 8.2. They're all smoking what you really need to have a successful running offense.
On top of that, 14 rushing touchdowns, 4 from Fiore, 3 from Petruzziello, 3 from Anderson, and 2 rushing the football from senior quarterback Donovan Pachetti. The Cobleskill native will be under center this evening. Again, crowd filing in here, and we're glad you could join us. If you couldn't make it to Schenectady, New York, to Frank Bailey Field, we'll hear from Union first-year head coach John Poppy in just a minute. We caught up with him earlier, and we asked him a few questions about the keys to this evening's game against Springfield College. Just about, under 10 minutes before kickoff, and the captains are getting ready to meet at the center of the field. The Union captains out there, they've got 3 defensive captains, Tommy Cavallo and Cole Da Silva, the linebackers, defensive tackle Jamar Edwards, and Stan Koss. And Stan Koss is in street clothes this evening. The right tackle, the senior from Rhode Island, is out with an injury this evening, but he is one of the team's 4 captains who will be meeting at the center of the field for the coin toss. As you can probably see on our broadcast, the sun is setting behind us, and it actually, I thought it might have played a role in this game, but when the teams were warming up, the sun was kind of on the field, and it's not anymore. The lights are starting to take effect, so we shouldn't have any issues. No wind, really. Again, the forecast has been very good, and we are, right now it says 63 degrees for a kickoff temperature, and couldn't ask for any better football weather for sure, especially, we're making our way towards the colder months here in upstate New York.
Definitely. This is exactly what you want. Night games, 60 degrees. You can ask for nothing more as a football fan and as a player for Union or Springfield right now.
So Union is out here on the home sideline, the closest to us. Springfield now making its way out onto the far sideline as they are, again, led by 8th-year head coach Mike Sarasolo, who is a graduate of Springfield College. And this is a Springfield team, Connor. They've been to the NCAAs the last 2 years, the NCAA tournament, and they've been 3 of the last 5 seasons. I say seasons because that includes the 2020 season that didn't happen, or 2020 year that didn't happen. So 3 of the last 6 years, 3 of the last 5 seasons, and they are the preseason number 1 pick for the 3rd straight year to win the NEWMAC conference, which is the New England Women's and Men's Athletic Conference. So Springfield comes in 2-0. They're the preseason pick in their league to win and earn another trip to the NCAA tournament. This is not a league game, but this is a gigantic game for both teams. Union 2-0, Springfield 2-0 as we get ready to go here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York.
Yeah, it's a big game for Union, especially it's their first real opponent. You got to kick off the season right. It's easy to fall into that false sense of security early on in the season, destroying some easier opponents. But now's the real test. Now's the time to show how successful a football team you can be in the NCAA this year.
Well, you said it. Union has been dominant in its first 2 games of the season. Again, and they've averaged 64 points a game, over almost 550 yards per game. So the captains are making their way out to the middle of the field where the U is located, as we will get the coin toss here. And then you'll hear from Union first-year head coach John Poppy, who, again, is off to a terrific start, 2-0 for Union. Springfield on that far sideline. Again, these two old Liberty League rivals, and the first meeting between these two programs way back in 1917. So the last Springfield win coming back in 2016, but these are two programs that know each other pretty well. As we talked about it, Coach Poppy got his coaching career as a graduate assistant started for Springfield, and it looks like the Pride won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. So Union's going to get the football to start this game as we get ready for the home opener here for Union College football in the 2023 season, as the captains exchanging pleasantries, and then they'll head back to the sidelines and get ready to go for this one. On the other side, it was Springfield's Billy Carr and Dante Vasquez, I believe, are out there, 6 and 24 for Springfield. So as we get ready for the national anthem here on site at Frank Bailey Field, you will hear from Union head coach John Poppy before his first home game here in Schenectady, New York, as the head coach for Union College football. We are being joined by Union head coach John Poppy, and before the season opener, Friday Night Lights edition against Springfield College, Coach, 2 games down, 2 dominant performances by your team. What did you like most about what your team's been able to do with 2 games on the road so far?
Just executing the game plan, being in position that we're coaching them to be in, and taking advantage of opportunity, right? And I thought our guys have done a great job in terms of hitting the assignments and executing game plans and flying around and having fun playing football.
This evening's opponent is Springfield College. It's a school that you know quite well. When you talk about their offense, it's always about running the football. They average over 350, almost 400 yards so far through their first 2 games. What do you guys have to do defensively, and maybe what have you been working on this week in practice in terms of assignment football and making sure you know where the ball is against their triple option?
Exactly right, assignment football, right? It's, as I compared it to baseball for the defensive players, hey, the right fielder's got to stay locked in every pitch because the ball's going to come his way. And it's very similar in terms of the mindset, I think, this week with making sure our guys understand this is their job description. This is where they need to be every single snap. Otherwise, you're going to give up explosive plays to a phenomenal rushing attack. And, we got to make sure on defensively that we're keeping them behind on the chains, on the sticks, forcing it to be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9, as opposed to 2nd and 6 and 2nd and 7, where you're giving this offense a chance to grind out yardage and grind out the clock and keeping our offense off the field. So we really need to make sure we're doing a great job being efficient on 1st and 2nd down and forcing 3rd and long.
Offensively, you guys, have been pretty good so far. It's two games, 2 60-point performances. I don't know if anybody can, if you can expect that every week out. I'm sure you would love that. But what has the offense done well in the first 2 weeks, and what do you need to see this evening?
I think they've done a great job making the plays when they're there. And I think this week we got to do the same thing. There's going to be one-on-one opportunities where their guys going to make a play or our guy is. And that's where we need to win this game, is when the ball's down the field and the ball's in the air, we need to make sure our guys coming down with it. And that's going to be the most crucial part, I think, offensively and even up front. If we can dominate the line of scrimmage and run the ball like we have so far this season, I think that will play into our hands as well, being able to set the pass game.
And finally, for me, this is your first home game here as Union College head coach. It's under the lights. You've got a good opponent coming in. How excited are you for this team, for this program, and for yourself here to kind of get in front of the home fans?
I'm excited for Union College community, like the Union College community and our local area community, to see what fight's all about and fire the cannon.
That's head coach John Poppe. We'll be right back with kickoff between old Liberty League foes, Union and Springfield, coming up next. Christian Hutra puts his foot into the ball. It's taken in by Kevin Raybacks at the 14-yard line. He starts up to his left and gets out over the 20-yard line. As we say thank you to Union head coach John Poppe for joining us in the pregame. Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette here on a Friday evening at Frank Bailey Field. Union and Springfield meeting for the 25th time as Union's offense gets set to come out for its first possession of the game, led by senior quarterback, Cobleskill native Donovan Piketty.
Springfield defense comes out. They got 4 linemen, classic 2 over-the-top look for the secondary.
It was Raybacks in motion, moves from his right to the left side. They're going to hand it off, and I believe that was Fiore who tries to get up to the 25-yard line. We'll give you the starters here for Union in just a second. Up front, from left to right, Matt McCorkle, Luke Rader, Nick Olivola, Kevin Dewing, and Kyle Webster. Webster starts at right tackle in place of Stan Koss. Quick snap, and Springfield is right on it as they hit the runner behind the line and drive him back to the 20-yard line. I think that was Fiore again.
Both these teams are run first. We'll see a lot of them try to get the run game going before they even attempt to pass it, but now Union's looking at a long third down here. They're going to put 4 guys out wide.
It's 3rd down and 9, first minute of this game.
Only 3 receivers for 3 DBs on the near side for Springfield.
Piketty's going to wind up. He's got a man, and it's just over the head of Landers Green. The pass is incomplete. Piketty had some nice touch on that, just a little too far for the sophomore Landers Green. If he had caught that, though, he would have just kept on going right into the end zone, but it's a 3-and-out for Union to start this game.
Yeah, great play call by Poppe. The motion coming across messed up the Springfield secondary a little bit. Only had 3-on-3 on the near side. Had to play man, and Landers took advantage of that. Got wide open, just couldn't finish the play.
Punt drives the returner back. It's over his head of Joe Maurer, and it rolls all the way down to the 15-yard line. So good job there punting the football.
Yeah, Andrew Lau there with a phenomenal punt, getting it all the way inside the 20 for the start of the Springfield drive.
The senior from Westport, Connecticut. 37 yards average on his first 6 punts this season, but that took a nice roll and went all the way down to the Springfield 15, and that's where the pride will start, 1st and 10. Its first drive with junior quarterback Jacob Sylvester, but you're going to see a lot of running the football. Here's Sylvester. He hands up the middle, and it's going to test this Union College defense as it picks up 2 yards. Again, this is a Springfield offense that averages close to 400 yards rushing the football per game.
This Springfield offense it is a triple option, but many of their plays can be telegraphed. They like to hand that one up the middle with straight out blocks. If you see a large zone block, they're very likely going for either the QB run outside or a quick pitch. So watch those linemen, see if they're going straight out or they're hitting the zone block to one side. Can tell you where this play is going.
2 receivers, 1 to each side. They hand it. Oh, no, they pitch it. Coming at us here. And being knocked out of bounds is Blaine Hart. So Hart gets up close to the 25-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short. You heard Coach Poppe. He said, we've got to stop them on 1st and 2nd down, get them kind of behind the sticks for 3rd and long. This will be 3rd and 3, so not 3rd and long, but 3rd and doable if you're the Union College defense. And it's against a Springfield offensive line that has 4 seniors and a junior up front. The most experienced player, probably senior center Kevin Lind, who's been a starter for the last couple of seasons. They hand it off, and getting the first down and a lot more. 40, breaking off a big run here is Blaine Hart, as it was 3rd and short, and Hart is going to go almost 27 yards to the Union side of the field.
You heard Coach Poppy in the pregame interview. When you play a triple option, it's an assignment-based defense. Your linebackers need to stay true to their assignment. There, Tommy Cavallo takes an extra step in, bites a little too hard on that inside run, and is able to get back out to get that pitch.
Bunch formation here as the receiver Barcelo comes in closer to the line on the near side. They hand it up the middle, and going nowhere is 25, senior Arson Chiffon. Chiffon stopped behind the line. He's the leading rusher on this team. Last year had 863 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. He's a big guy, too, 6 feet, 225.
That was Matt Mitchell who broke through the middle of that Springfield line. An amazing tackle and play by him, doing what Coach Poppy said, getting them behind the sticks to start out this series.
Up the middle goes Chiffon again, and he's not have a lot of room here against this Union stout defensive front. That's, this is the tough thing with the going against the option offense. You get sucked in to play the run, and you've got to make sure that you don't leave yourself open to a pass over the top.
Yeah, it comes all down to patience. Everyone needs to almost stand where you are for a few seconds and let the play develop. Let them show you what they're doing, and just don't bite too early.
Sylvester takes the snap, option kick right, and the ball is out. And now the whistles blow as it Vasquez was the one who got to the football, but they're going to say Sylvester was down in the backfield. So a nice job there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Union defense did a good job there.
Yeah, you saw Cole Da Silva. He came off the edge, but he doesn't instantly go for the tackle. He has to wait there. Wait for the QB to make a decision, pitch or run. QB decides to run, and he's right there to make the tackle. It was perfect how you're supposed to play against an option offense.
Springfield with some issues here with its personnel. It's 4th and 12. They're going to punt. Kevin Rayback standing at the Union 10-yard line.
This Union defense has blocked 4 punts so far this year, so don't be surprised for some big special team plays this game.
The punt from McDivitt is hauled in at about the 16-yard line, fair caught by Kevin Raybacks. And so both teams have had the football once. We don't have any score, 9:48 to go in the first quarter. Sun starting to set here in Schenectady. We are scoreless between Union and Springfield.
Union offense coming onto the field. We'll see they'll probably try to get a few more pass attempts in here. They have to get the run game going, though. They had a wide open receiver on the last 3rd down.
Union went 3 and out on its first offensive possession. This is Piketty keeping the football running near us. Gets over the 20-yard line. 22, call it a carry of 7 on 1st down.
Yeah, designed Piketty run there, trying to get the rushing offense going, and that's a great pickup there to get closer to your first down.
Jonathan Anderson is in the backfield with Piketty.
All the receivers get pulled in tight.
2nd and short, they're going to hand it to Anderson. Anderson trying to pick a hole to the left side, and he's got enough for a 1st down. So back-to-back runs, and Union gets its first down of the evening.
Yeah, Union definitely a rush-first team. They were stopped pretty easily on the first drive by the Springfield defense, but now it seems like the rushing game's getting going for this Union team.
Piketty with Anderson to his right. Anderson motions now. Piketty looking to pass, trying to keep this play alive. Now he's going to heave it down for Tolbert, and got his hand on it, but it's incomplete as it was knocked down by Brian Feliciano, who's a linebacker running with Robbie Tolbert. Tolbert has had a good start to the year, 6 catches for 104 yards and a touchdown, but Piketty a couple times has gone deep, and that one was off the hands of Tolbert, but good coverage from Feliciano as well.
Yeah, great coverage by Feliciano. One-on-one down the sideline. Basically was a 50-50 ball for Piketty. Unable to make it happen for Tolbert.
Piketty, quick throw to the near side here, and it's caught by number 6, Tommy Leonard, his sixth reception of the season for number 6. I think that might be the first completion for Piketty this afternoon.
Yeah, just a quick completion there, getting the Springfield DBs to play a little more honest, a little farther up against the wide receivers. That'll give them more opportunities over the top later in this game.
3rd down and 4 from the Union 33. Piketty still in the shotgun. This is a designed run. Piketty put his shoulder down. He's not going to get there. He got to the 35-yard line, but he needed to get closer to about the 37, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, same design run we saw on the first play of this drive, but there, Springfield seems to read it pretty quickly, and then they're able to stop it this time.
The Springfield defense has done a nice job so far this season. They've allowed 17 points per game, but only 292 yards for average. This is the 2nd punt for Andrew Lau. This is a high-hanging punt, fair caught, called for, and made by Maurer at the 25-yard line.
Not too much prolific offense play yet in this game. We got a 1st down for each team, but they both quickly stopped after that. 2nd drive coming up here for Springfield. This is the type of game they want to play. They want to play a low-scoring grind game where they can get a 8-9 minute drive and put in one and not give Union too many opportunities with the ball.
It's a Springfield offense that's averaging 37 points per game. This is Sylvester, who put it in the belly of his running back, then took it back, and he gets up to the 30. Pickup of 5. Halfway through this first quarter, again, this is what we expected. Both teams, Union certainly more dominant in its first 2 weeks against, I would say lesser of competition than what Springfield played. They played Western New England and Husson, but they won both of its games by double digits. Sylvester hands up the middle, and this Union defense swarms to the football. It'll be 3rd and short again, as I don't know if that was Vasquez or not, but it's tough to see when you got a whole pile of players in there, and that's exactly what Springfield wants. They don't want you to see who has the football. They certainly don't want the defense to see who has the football.
Yeah, they always send that fullback right up the middle. The QB can run in the middle, the outside. They have the motions around. It is just a mess of white jerseys in the middle of that field, and that's what they want Union to commit to open up big plays on the quick pitches. We saw a long quick pitch go earlier in this game, and even open up their passing game. They only have 9 attempts, but they average 20 yards per attempt. That is a dangerous part of their offense.
3rd and 2, Vasquez is the motion man. They're going to hand it up the middle, and it's Chiffon, and he has enough for the 1st down before he's knocked backwards. Tackled by Cole Da Silva, one of the senior co-captains on this defensive unit.
Yeah,
it was Chiffon, out to the 37-yard line.
Chiffon's the most prolific runner for the Springfield team, but that's his bread and butter right there. All he does, he sits back there, and he runs right up the middle, and he's a large guy at 225, and he makes things happen in the middle of the field and really is what starts up the Springfield offense.
Sylvester takes the snap, pitches it to the near side, and it's Blaine Hart. Hart had a big run back on the first drive of the game. This much shorter, only 2 yards to the near side here. Springfield offense, Connor, 4 running backs have more than 100 yards rushing in the first 2 weeks. So they've got a lot of guys. Chiffon, we haven't heard from Joseph Canizaro yet, 42. Blaine Hart and Dante Vasquez are all capable ball handlers, as is Jacob Sylvester. Second down and 8, ball at the 39. They're going to pass the football here. Sylvester now scrambling to his right, and he's running out of room. He tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but great pursuit there by the Union College defense.
Great coverage by the Union defense. It's easy to fall asleep as a DB after probably 10 straight run plays to start off this game, but there was nowhere to throw that ball. Only 2 receivers out for routes. If they're not open, you got to just run that ball. And luckily, he gets near the line of scrimmage, but now they have a long third down, which is hard to convert when you're a ground and pound team.
This is what Coach Poppy was hoping for, third and longs. First third and long here, 3rd and 9. They get the pitch to Vasquez. Vasquez running to the short side of the field, and he's pushed out of bounds. After a short gain, it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Cole De Silva gets off the block and has a dive at the feet and able to trip him up, eventually leading them falling out of bounds.
Well, I tell you, Union's wearing their gray uniforms, and while I like the look, the numerals on the back are very difficult to read from our position, especially with it being a night game. So our apologies if we have anybody.
Well, we have a flag out. This might be.
That was very strange because I think they're calling it on Springfield, actually.
That was
Union
interesting.
jumped off sides, but Springfield didn't snap it, and it didn't look like there was any contact. So the Union defender, who kind of, I think, thought they were going to blow the whistle, just kind of inched his way back across the line of scrimmage, and then they threw the flag.
The way the flag was laid, it seemed a lot more like a encroachment penalty than a false start, but we're having a long discussion here of who moved first. Referee runs over to Coach Poppy to describe what happened.
So it is going to be on Union, and this makes it a little bit of a more interesting call here, Connor, as it's going to be 4th and short, maybe 4th and 1, long one. So Springfield's going to bring its offense back out on the field, 4th and 1 from its own 46-yard line after the penalty. So head coach Mike Sarasola rolling the dice here early in the first quarter.
This Springfield team is 80% on 4th down with 6 attempts so far this season. So they have a really good shot here of making it with only 1 yard to go.
So after the offsides penalty, and now Springfield having some personnel issues, now they reset the play clock for them. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Coach Poppy's not happy that they reset the play clock. And I have to agree that I don't know why they did that. They reset it to 40. The play clock was about 7 seconds, and then they reset it.
Yeah, it should have started.
Should have at the very least, though, when it was reset, it should have gone to 25.
Yeah, for the penalty, but they reset it way after the penalty was called, too. We also have a substitute here. On comes Joseph Canizaro for the fullback for Springfield instead of Shefton.
And he has had a team-high 11 rushing touchdowns last season, graduate student from Lincoln Park, New Jersey. So it's 4th and 1. Springfield's keeping its offense out on the field. First real big pivotal play, and, of course, we've got some back and forth here. Of course, I don't think Coach Poppy was happy with the offsides call initially, and now I don't think he's happy that they reset the play clock. But Springfield's had a long time to think about this 4th down decision.
This team's not afraid for going on 4th down. They have 5 4th down attempts so far this season, and they've converted 4 of those. So a great 4th down percentage for this team. It works well for them, plays into their favor as a ground and pound team.
Sylvester looks to the sideline for a call. This is a big play here either way. Either Springfield keeps its offense on the field or Union has the first real game-changing play of this game. They give it to Canizaro, and like a bowling ball, he's all the way across midfield to the Union side of the field. It's a pickup of about 6, and it's a first down for Springfield.
Canizaro saw a hole and just threw his body through it to try to get that 1 yard. If he just kept running, he might have been able to make it even farther. Made it through 2 layers of that defense, only getting tackled by the Union safety.
55 rushing yards so far for the Springfield offense, which averages almost 400. It's Cannizzaro again, and he is down at about the 44 or 43-yard line.
And this is how successful the Springfield offense can be when they're able to hand it right up the middle to their fullbacks and able to get 5-6 yards on a run. It makes you not stay honest to all the other options they have, the triple option, the quick pitch, even their long passes.
So 2nd down and 6. Sylvester hands for Cannizzaro, and not much there as this Union defense finally is able to bring Cannizzaro down. He's a big guy too, 5'8", only 225 pounds, big running back in that fullback position.
Yeah, Cannizzaro gets subbed off, and we will see Arson Chiffon come back on the field. That's 3 straight inside runs for the Springfield offense. And now at about 3rd and 4, you think they'll do it again.
Yeah, you think so as they get Chiffon with the fresh legs back out here. Vasquez moves in motion. They're going to option left. They pitch it, and getting close to the first down is Blaine Hart. And the Springfield players were motioning that's a first down, but we haven't seen any official. No, it's going to be 4th down again.
This
so
one.
It's going to be fourth and a yard from the Union 39. Obviously, if Springfield went for it on its side of the field, they're going to go for it here. 4th and 1 from the Union 39.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough spot for Springfield. Now they got about a half yard to go.
They do have an excellent kicker in graduate student Christian Hutra, who has a 46-yard field goal in his career, but this would be from much further. Man in motion's Vasquez. Up the middle is Chiffon, and he's got the first down inside the 35. And you see exactly why Springfield is so effective offensively. 4th and 1, really hard to stop when you've got a number of different options who can carry the football.
Yeah, they have 2 sniff backs in there, plus the fullback, Chiffon, and any of those 3 guys, along with the QB, can carry the ball at any point. You really got to stay loyal to each one of your matchups. But that's very difficult to do when Chiffon can find 6 yards up the middle on almost every play.
1st and 10, Sylvester hands to Chiffon. Chiffon gets away from the initial tackle and gets to the 30-yard line. Pickup of 2. That might be the last play of this first quarter. A fast-moving first quarter.
Yeah, both teams have been chewing the clock so far. A lot of run plays. And this drive has been an extremely long one for Springfield. It's exactly what they want. Give Union, the explosive Union offense, the least time with the football they can.
So that is the end of the first quarter. Union had 2 drives. Springfield on its 2nd drive currently have it 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line when we start this second quarter. After 1, it's Union College scoreless with Springfield here on Friday Night Football here from Frank Bailey Field. Union College fans visit Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch and dinner. Before or after Union games, it's a place to watch college football and hockey with friends and family. That is Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. So scoreless after 1 quarter here as the light's really starting to take effect. The sun has set. We've talked about it. This is the first Friday night game for the Union College football program in a long time. I mean, like 100 years. And they haven't played a night home game in, I think, 11 or 12 years. So this is kind of rare to be under the lights here at Frank Bailey Field.
Yeah, almost 133 years since the last Friday night game. And you can see the Union College community came out in full on the left side of your camera. Big crowded hill over there, and under the camera, what you can't see, the stands are completely packed.
So it is 2nd down and 6 from the Union 29. Springfield's gone for it on this drive twice on 4th down and converted.
Yeah, that brings their total. They've tried it 7 times so far this season and made 6 of them. A really impressive statistic for 4th down conversions for this team.
And if you remember, it was 4th and about 6 or 7. Union jumped off sides on the punt, which made it 4th and about 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's a big penalty.
Yeah, and Springfield then brought its offense back out onto the field.
It hasn't hurt Union so far this year, but they've struggled a little bit with penalties. They're averaging 14 penalties a game for 66 yards. Not a good statistic if you're looking at that as a coach. Definitely something you want to get down in these more competitive games.
Up the middle, getting close to the first down.
Shefton again, just grounding and pounding in the middle. It seems like the Springfield offense doesn't need to do anything else. Getting 6 yards every time up the middle. It's another first down.
They do reset the chains. It'll be 1st and 10. I was looking at the scoreboard, which is having some issues. The play clock's at 1, but I think they're having some issues there. So it is 1st and 10 from the Union 23. As it's Jacob Sylvester, and Sylvester looks to the sideline. Play clock's been at 0 for a long time, but it basically started at 0, and now we're going to get a whistle and a flag here.
This flag seems...
Well, the play clock, to be fair, it was at 0 for about 30 seconds, so I don't think it ever got reset correctly.
Yeah, I think the play clock was always wrong, but... At the same time, Sylvester was under center for a long time. Everyone was kind of just waiting for that flag to finally come out.
So after the delay of game, it'll be 1st and 15 for the Springfield offense.
Now this is a real test. Getting early penalties makes this series really hard for Springfield.
They give it to Chiffon, I believe, and he is stopped right away. This Union defense was in there. A host of defenders, including Tommy Cavallo, who was very excited with that tackle.
Yeah, Jack Flanagan, too, came off the end and wrapped him up from the legs. A great effort there from Union, and it puts this Springfield offense in almost an impossible spot, needing about 16, 17 yards in only 2 plays.
It's 2nd and long here for Springfield's offense. Sylvester's going to hand it to Chiffon, and Chiffon is taken back. The ball comes out, and I think they're going to say he was down, as the referees are spotting the ball back at the 26-yard line, which is actually giving him some yardage on that carry.
Yeah, definitely going to be a controversial call for Union fans here. He got slammed to the ground, unable to see really if a player caused that fumble or if it was the ground itself.
It is 3rd down and 15 from the Union 26. And Sylvester looking to the sideline.
Springfield probably looking for a few yards here to make a field goal. Pretty makeable. They're right on the edge of that range.
I think maybe the Springfield sideline just got warned for being too close. It looked like there was maybe a flag down on the far side.
Springfield summon on extra player now. Maybe an injury? That was caught by the ref. Yeah, that seems to be it. Maybe a forced substitution because the whistle was blown.
It looks like it is 63, George Anastasiadis, coming in at right tackle here. 3rd and long, they're going to throw the football. Sylvester running for his life, and he's sacked. Union's defense is in.
An amazing play by Union's defense. The blitz gets there on the second pass attempt of the day for Springfield. And if I'm Springfield, I hate that play call. Going for a pass when you're on the edge of field goal range to take the lead, and that sack puts them firmly outside, and now they're punting on 4th and probably 25 yards.
Senior co-captain Tommy Cavallo with the sack. With a host of other Union defenders.
There was a wall of gray coming down on Sylvester there, and he was unable to get rid of it.
So this is McDivitt out to punt. He's standing at midfield. Kevin Raybacks is standing at the Union 5-yard line. It's a high hanging kick. Raybacks calls the fair catch and makes it at the 10-yard line. And that's where Union will take over. And I can't tell if there's a flag down or not.
Yeah, there's definitely a flag kind of blending into the yellow line of the 25-yard line.
Yeah.
But looks like the refs are talking to Springfield, maybe some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct. But everyone seems a little bit confused out there.
Well, both teams have had 2 possessions and 2 punts, although Springfield has had more success offensively. And we'll take a listen here to what the call is. It is on Springfield. That's the indication.
Yeah, I think I just got announced it was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Probably something being said at the end of that play. But this will help the Union offense get out of their own red zone with about an extra 15 yards.
So Union's defense has been outstanding this year. They have not allowed a point in 2 games. They've actually scored 11 points, 2 safeties and a touchdown, interception return for a touchdown by Spencer Goldstein. They still have not allowed any points through the first 9 quarters of this season. So Union offense will get back out on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 after the penalty. Paquetti has the offense back out there. Motion is, I believe, the tight end Cafaro. Paquetti's going to throw to the near side here. Raybacks caught at the 15, tries to get away from a defender, but good tackle there by Lewis Rhodes.
Yeah, it looks like Raybacks made his way around him, but Rhodes able to pull him down from behind. Big tackle there. Raybacks could have had a lot of yak at the end of that one.
It's a pickup of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Union looks like they're trying to get the pass game going after having a middling run game for the start of this matchup.
So Union offense has averaged 362 yards rushing in its first 2 games, but has not had as much success so far this evening. Paquetti's going to throw again to the far side. It's caught. 1st down. And getting out of bounds is, so you see on that far side, I believe it's Landers Green.
Yeah, Union here. Springfield's running pretty much man coverage.
Tolbert,
yeah, Tolbert there for the catch. But Union going up against pretty much man coverage, and the receivers are dominating right now, wide open. Paquetti just has to get the ball there, and he has on the last 2 plays.
Back-to-back completions. Paquetti will go to the air again. He's going to let it loose. Pass caught on the Springfield side. It's another 1st down, and this is Tommy Leonard who makes the catch. So Paquetti now 3 straight completions as Union has its best offensive drive of the game so far, down to the Springfield 41.
Yeah, Springfield needs to tighten up their secondary right now. Playing man-to-man is not working. The Union wide receivers are toasting every DB right now.
Motion out of the backfield as the running back. Paquetti throws it. It's completed again. And inside the 35. I believe that was Leonard again. Pickup of 8.
Springfield switches to his zone there. Leonard just able to sit down, find the hole inside of it, and a great read by Paquetti, knowing where to put the ball when he sees that cover 2 matchup.
Paquetti now is going to hand the football off. This is Michael Fiore. So Union hasn't had much success running the football. This is a senior from Stony Brook, New York, who has a team-high 4 rushing touchdowns. Gets maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 2.
Interesting choice here of runner pass after having a lot of success from the pass on this drive so far, but only needing about 2 yards to go. You expect this to be 4-down territory for Union.
Paquetti hands it off.
Oh, that's going to be really close
to the marker.
Looks like they'll get a favorable spot and get the 1st down.
It was Fiore, I believe, again, who gets the carry. They're going to move the chains as a 1st down for Union at the Springfield 30. So by far the best drive of the evening for Union, and they'd like to finish it off here under 9 minutes to go in the first half. Scoreless, Union and Springfield. Pachetti drops back, throws to the near side. It's caught. And going out of bounds is, I think that was Tolbert.
Yeah.
First down and 10 for Union inside the Springfield 20. So Union on the march here.
Union 100% on completion so far this drive. Just have a dominant passing offense right now against Springfield.
Pachetti with Fiore in the backfield with him. Raybacks moves left to right. Pachetti has time, now being flushed, now running away, and he's going to throw it into the end zone, and it's just out of the reach of his intended receiver. That was Tolbert in the end zone, just beyond his outstretched hands.
Tolbert runs a great scramble drill, finds the corner of the end zone, finds some space. Pachetti just getting chased down by 3 white jerseys there, just unable to put it right where he needs it to. But a great scramble drill there by Tolbert.
So second down and 10 for Union at the Springfield 18-yard line. Pachetti fakes it, now completes it to Anderson. Anderson trying to get up the far sideline. He got close to the 10. It's going to bring up third and short.
A little play action there. Pachetti able to hit his check down to Anderson and gets a lot of yards for a very makeable third down for Union here inside of the red zone. Union, so far this year, about 42% on third down. This is a pretty short one, so they have a great chance of making it here. Going to be a run play.
They're going to hand it off, and it's going to be a first down and goal as that was, I think that was Michael Fiore. So Fiore carries the football, and it's a first down for Union. Pachetti takes a bit of a high snap, gives it to Fiore. Fiore runs right into the line of scrimmage, and there's a pile of players right at about the 5-yard line, maybe the 4.
Yeah,
Call it the 5.
Springfield D-line still has a solid wall there, nowhere to go.
Second down and goal. And into the end zone for a touchdown. It's Michael Fiore.
Fiore able to find a beautiful hole made by that Union offensive line and just walks untouched into that end zone. Finds that pay dirt, and now Union leads 6-0. Looking for an extra point here. Max Gluck, 16 for 18 on PATs so far this year. This one makes it through.
Up, and it is good. The kick from Max Glucken with 6:54 to go here in the first half. It is Union 7, Springfield nothing. So Union scores its first touchdown of the home portion of the calendar. And Union fans, you can count on Nico's for great pizza and wings. Visit Nico's or call for delivery. Serving lunch, dinner, and open late night, Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern is located on State Street in the heart of downtown Schenectady. That's Nico's Pizzeria and Rooftop Tavern, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College athletics. So it took some time here. We're about midway through the second quarter, but Union gets on the scoreboard. Both of these offenses have put up a lot of points through the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, this
Union strikes first here this evening.
Game looking eerily similar to last year's right now. A great drive was created by Springfield, but as they get closer to that red zone, they're unable to finish it out as the Union defense stands stout close to that line.
Short kick taken at the 15-yard line. Now up to the 30. And that's where Springfield will start its drive.
Springfield pretty much looking to use up the rest of this half on this drive. About 6:48 left. If they could drive down slowly, get a touchdown in before halftime, they get the ball back.
That was Tyler Palladino who returned the kickoff about 15 yards out to the 29, we'll call it. 1st and 10 for Springfield. Actually, I guess they spotted at about the 30-yard line. So Springfield offense back out on the field, and quarterback Jacob Sylvester under center. Hands it off. Running left. It's, I believe that was Canizaro. Pickup of 5.
Springfield line back up in their classic formation. 2 sniff backs, 1 wide receiver, fullback right behind the QB. Just looking to ground and pound Union out like they were doing successfully on the last drive until they got that penalty.
Sylvester option, and he runs right into a wall of Union defenders.
Sylvester just thought about that pitch a little too long, turns his head upfield, and runs into a wall of gray. Now a big 3rd down coming here.
We talked
for
about
Springfield.
the Springfield offense. Sylvester's only thrown the ball 8 times, 5 of 8 for 181 yards coming into the game through 2 games. He's thrown it a couple times here, or at least attempted. He's been sacked on 1 or both of them.
He's been sacked on 1. Other one, he scrambled out, made about
That's right. Ran
up to
for
the
it.
line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 5. He's going to throw this football, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted. Intercepted.
I want to say that was Spencer Goldstein. I can't quite get the number.
I think it was Nathan Sullivan, number 4.
Ah, yes.
I think it was number 4, Nathan Sullivan. Sullivan had an interception last year against Springfield. If it was him, the senior from Acton, Massachusetts.
I want to give the D-line some credit here. There was no time in that pocket for Sylvester. He just threw a ball out there where he thought his receiver would be and was just led him a little bit too far, leading to that beautiful interception by Nathan Sullivan.
Big change in play there. As Union will get the ball 1st and 10 at the Springfield 30. Pachetti going deep. He's got his man. It's be a 1st down and goal as they connect.
Yeah, bad communication there by the DBs for Springfield. You had 2 guys covering Raybacks, but wide open was that Union wide receiver. I think that was Landers Green who caught that one.
Green, yeah.
Yeah, he was wide open as 2 men covered Raybacks. Now putting Union inside of the red zone, about 5 yards to go to the goal line.
1st down, it's a handoff, and being pushed back is got to the 5-yard line. I believe that's Jonathan Anderson.
Yeah, Lewis Rhodes there with a good tackle, able to push back Anderson for a short gain for Union.
So to bring up 2nd and goal. So Union's got its passing attack on track here in the 2nd quarter. They're trying to get into the end zone for the 2nd time this evening. Pachetti in the shotgun. Hands to Anderson. Anderson running to the left. Got a surge and now pushed back. Got close to the goal line. Looks like they'll mark it at about maybe inside the 2, but not quite the 1. We'll bring up 3rd and goal. Big call here for the Union College offense and head coach John Poppy on 3rd and goal from about the 2. Pachetti takes a bit of a high snap. Well, no, he took it back, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Big switch of momentum here now. 14-0 Union in just about 4 minutes of time between the two scores. After a great interception, setting up the score by Nathan Sullivan.
Gluck out for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 3:45 to go in the first half, it's Union College 14 and Springfield nothing.
Springfield really needs a score here before halftime. The type of offense they run makes it really hard to surpass these large deficits that start building. They have 3 minutes 45 here. It'll have to be a little bit of a fast drive for them, but definitely doable. Their passing game, very unsuccessful so far, so if they don't cover this lead quickly, the game could become out of hand before they know it.
So officially it was Donovan Piketty with a rushing touchdown, and for the senior from Cobleskill, that is his third rushing touchdown of this season, 7th of his career. 2-yard run. Gluck adds the extra point, but Connor, as we said, it was all started from the defense. Nathan Sullivan, second straight season where he's had an interception against this Springfield team. He had an interception last year in the end zone, which was a huge play, and the senior makes a big play out of the secondary, switches the field. Union cashes in, and it's 14-0 with under 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Union defense coming big so far. Had a big stop at about the 25-yard line earlier.
Caught it at just inside the 10 and getting out to the 25 before being hit hard it's Tyler Palladino again.
Yeah, Palladino there dropped the ball for a second. Luckily landed right back on top of it. Could have been a dreadful turnover for Springfield. Luckily they keep the ball, and we'll have a shot at a drive here to get a little bit closer to evening out the score.
Springfield 86 rushing yards so far, well under their season average of 386 yards rushing the football. They have no passing yards. So Union's defense has been very good in this first half. Sylvester under center. Now pops back out, looks to the sideline for the call. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle, and not much room there as Ethan Vanderbrink along with Jamar Edwards in there for Union defensively. This Union defense, which still has not allowed a point this season, going on almost 10 quarters, 3:15 to go in this first half. Up the middle again. More success. This time out to the 30-yard line is Chiffon, I believe. Actually, that might have been 22. Sean Brown.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Sean Brown so far today.
So it's 3rd down and 4 from from the Springfield 30, from its own 30. Have to get to the 34-yard line. 2:40 to go in the first half. Pitching it is Sylvester, and knocked out of bounds is Sean Brown, and he's going to be short of the line to gain. And an interesting call now coming up for Springfield head coach Mike Sarasolo.
I think you might have to go for this one. It's really deep in your own territory, which makes a great offensive opportunity for Union, but you've been successful twice today, and if you go down by 21 points before half, I'm not totally sure the Springfield offense can bring it back.
So Springfield keeping its offense out on the field, 4th and 1 from its own 34-yard line. I also wouldn't be surprised if they take the play clock all the way down and call a timeout here. 2:05 to go, and that's what Springfield will do. They'll take a timeout. I agree with you, and this is a good offense to just get a yard. However, if you punt it away, maybe you get into the locker room, try to reset if you turn the ball over here in this position, Union will most likely score points.
Yeah, you're gambling almost the game away on this 4th down, but
It looks like they
they switched it to a
yeah,
punt.
Yeah.
Interesting call.
So it looks like Sarasolo decided kind of the opposite of what he did earlier when he had the offense on, or the punt team on the field, and brought the offense back out on the field. This is way down deep in his own end, though. So Springfield will punt the football away with Michael McDivitt, the senior from Westchester, PA. Kevin Rayback standing at the Union 33. High kick. Raybacks tried to come up and grab it, but the Springfield defender actually got in his way, so it'll take a nice Springfield roll and be downed at the 24-yard line. So 1:50 to go here in the first half. Stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview with co-captain, senior linebacker Tommy Cavallo, who we caught up with yesterday, actually, to record that interview. And then we'll take a look at some of the first half statistics, some keys to the second half. And there aren't many games being played around the country, although there are a few more because of the bad weather that's expected in New England tomorrow. Some of the games got moved up, including RPI's game got moved from tomorrow night to today against WPI. Picchetti's going to take a shot deep. He's got a man, and it's just off his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, that was Raybacks down the sideline there. Pretty much wide open. Had 2 white jerseys trailing him, but each of them were 5 yards away. Just unable to come down with that one.
Yeah, you said it. That was indeed Raybacks, who was all by his lonesome.
Yeah, Union receivers are doing a great job at getting open today. Just need to finish these completions, and they'll be dominating this game. Refs blow this one. Maybe a clock issue, it looks like. Play clock's at 0, but looks like we'll continue on.
It's been at 0 for the better part of the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. Picchetti's going to let it loose again. Pass complete and going out of bounds, I believe, although the clock continues to roll.
Yeah, might have fell in bounds.
I think that was Raybacks again.
I do think it was Raybacks.
6-yard completion. Clock runs 1:33 to go. Picchetti quickly to the line. It's 3rd down. Picchetti's pass complete to Cafaro, and Garrett Cafaro rumbles down to the 43-yard line. The senior tight end from Ansonia, Connecticut. 7th reception of the season and a 1st down for Union.
Picchetti doing a great job right now, making his way through his reads, finding the guy who's open just to get enough yards to keep this drive going. And the offensive line is doing an amazing job. We have only seen Picchetti really pressured on one ball so far in this game.
1st down and 10 from the Union 43-yard line. Picchetti dropping back to pass. Running out of time. Steps up in the pocket. Pass is incomplete, and a flag comes in.
That'll be a controversial call. The back judge seemed to not think it was a flag. He called it an incomplete. Didn't even look in his pocket for one, but this sideline judge comes with one. It was really close timing with that ball coming through. They'll talk it over.
Yeah,
I think that one might be too close to call. Pass interference. Flag gets picked up, and he'll wave it off. No pass interference.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was pretty close.
Yeah, I think that was Raybacks trying to get that catch. He definitely got hit, not able to catch the ball, but the ball was close enough.
It was pretty close.
Where I don't think you can quite call that pass interference.
It was Aiden Lewin, the senior linebacker from Orlando, and now we get more whistles here. 1:09, and we're going to get a timeout here. So Union leading 14-0 over Springfield. Again, this has kind of been I guess what we expected, right? Springfield had a little bit more success early on. Union finally got on track, Connor, when they started throwing the football. Once Piketty kind of started settling in and finding his receivers, the Union offense has been able to move more efficiently down the field.
Yeah, Union really hasn't found any consistency in the run game. They had a touchdown, 2 touchdowns rushing so far on the goal line, but they haven't really found any true success. But in the passing game, they've been dominant. I think in this second quarter, they've completed, I would say, probably at least 80% of their passes so far. And Piketty's doing a great job. The O-line's doing amazing of keeping him safe. And the receivers just seem wide open everywhere. Springfield's secondary hasn't been able to come for an answer. They've tried zone. They've tried man. Nothing's worked so far to stop this Union passing game.
Union just 29 yards rushing the football in this game, but Piketty 10 of 15 for 114 yards. He's going to let it fly, and it is caught on that far sideline. Terrific catch on that far sideline. I think it was Leonard, number 6. Boy, oh boy, Piketty just dropped it in the bucket, and Leonard caught it, went out of bounds at the Springfield 20.
Yeah, right over the head of, I think, was Colby Richardson, the DB. Able to put it right over his head. Pass here down into the corner.
Caught, touchdown! Piketty with another tremendous throw. I'm not even sure who that was who hauled it in.
Tommy Leonard, but I couldn't get a look at the number.
Who caught?
Getting confirmation now on who caught that ball.
Yeah, it was caught by Leonard. Tough to see in that corner as Gluck kicks the extra point for Leonard, his second receiving touchdown of the season, the junior from Watertown, Massachusetts. And with under a minute to go here in the first half, it's 21-0 Union. So Union has come out. It was scoreless after one quarter, but once Donovan Piketty has gotten on track, it has been all Union.
Yeah, Union's passing offense has been prolific in the second quarter, scoring 21 straight points. There, Tommy Leonard making a jump and catch in tight coverage. Springfield has no answers right now, and with the pace of their offense, it'll be really difficult to launch a comeback. They've had no success passing the ball. Very opposite stories right now this game. Union very successful in the passing game, not unsuccessful in the rushing game. The opposite happening on the other side of the ball for Springfield.
Yeah, Jacob Sylvester officially 0 for 1 with an interception. And meanwhile, as you said, Donovan Piketty, 12 of 17 for 171 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
For Piketty, that's his third passing touchdown of the season and his 19th career passing touchdown for the Cobleskill native.
Most of those incompletions for Piketty, too, came in that first quarter. Since they really started trying this pass game, he's been almost unstoppable throwing the ball. Now comes a real stress test for Springfield. They only have 58 seconds. Really not enough time to run the ball down this field. We'll see, will they go for a pass and risk more interceptions? Their O-line doesn't quite have the protection to keep Sylvester in the pocket long enough for long passes. We'll see what they try to do here.
Union has done an excellent job in this game. The defense got its feet under itself. It looked like Springfield was going to be able to move the football in that first quarter, as you were saying, Connor, but Union has really tightened up defensively, and Springfield just maybe trying to hit a home run here late in this first half as Chiffon is the ball carrier, and he gets 5 yards up to the 30. Clock is running, 55 seconds to go here before halftime.
Yeah, Union pulls one of their D linemen off the field, putting one in the secondary, worrying about this pass here. Another option here. Sylvester quickly brought down, able to fall forward, get a gain of maybe 3. But this pace doesn't seem like they'll get anywhere near the goal line. before the end of this half.
And Springfield's right at about 100 yards. In fact, officially 100 rushing yards in the first half. But no passing yards, and Union's defense has allowed no points here in this first half. Sylvester will hand it up the middle again, and it looks like Springfield, after they maybe try to hit a home run on a handoff, they're going to be content to go into the half here. Clock stops to reset the chains. 4 and now 3, 2, 1, and we have reached halftime here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. And, well, through 10 quarters of action, Union's defense has allowed zero points. And at halftime here of this Friday night contest between Union and Springfield, it's Union College 21, Springfield College nothing. An impressive first half for head coach John Poppy in the home opener here for this Union football team.
Yeah, some real impressive adjustments that were made between that first and second quarter, changing that offense, moving towards the passing game, able to score 21 points after only getting a few first downs in that first quarter. Now a very successful second quarter, and we'll see how Springfield will return in the second half to try to right this ship.
So quickly, we'll give you a full stat breakdown when we come back. We've got an interview coming up with senior co-captain Tommy Cavallo. But just quickly, because the statistics, we knew it was kind of, this was going to be a slug match, right? Springfield's offense against Union's defense, Union's offense against Springfield's defense. Springfield in the first half, 104 rushing yards, which sounds pretty good. Only 3.5 yards per carry, but they have 0 passing yards, and they have an interception. Meanwhile, Union has just 29 rushing yards, but they have 171 passing yards. So total yards, Union at the half 200, Springfield 104. So you'd have to say the fact that Springfield averages about almost 400 yards rushing per game, Union is very happy keeping them at 104 through the first half. So we have an interview coming up with senior co-captain Tommy Cavallo. You will hear that, and then we will be back to take a look at the first half statistics and keys to the second half. At halftime, it's Union 21, Springfield nothing. You're listening to Union College football. We are at halftime of the game between Union and Springfield. Friday night home opener here at Frank Bailey Field. And I'm being joined by senior linebacker Tommy Cavallo. And, Tommy, we're 2 games into the season here. This is the 3rd game of the year. How would you evaluate how the team has played so far through the first 2 weeks of the season?
Yeah, through the first 2 weeks, we've played really well. We're enjoying playing with each other, enjoying the new head coaching change and everything. There's been a lot of energy, a lot of juice, and there's a lot of buzz around the team. So we're looking forward to keep on rolling and keep on having a good year.
Now you're, a senior linebacker. The defense has didn't allow any points in the first 2 games. Meanwhile, the offense is scoring all sorts of points. So, when we talk about goals for the season, how would you say maybe that you guys have lived up to those goals through the first 2 weeks of the season? We knew that the competition, some of the teams you guys may be favored in, but you guys went out there and certainly dominated and took care of business.
Yeah, week to week, the challenge is always different. You just got to go out, execute the game plan, do our jobs. One little saying we always have is do your 111th. So we've been riding that mantra on both sides of the ball. And we do that, just got to let the chips fall where they may. And so far we've had a lot of success. So, hopefully you just keep on rolling with this.
You've been named a captain, Tommy. Just what does that mean? Is it something? Maybe that I'm sure it's something that you'll always remember that you've been selected. To be a captain of this team by your peers. But maybe what does that mean to you to be playing college football and to be a captain? To be named a captain by the program.
Yeah, it's an awesome feeling. There was a lot of guys that when I first came in my freshman year, I really looked up to that were in this position. and I aspire to be in their shoes one day. And I'm just very grateful and honored to be in this position today. As you mentioned, my peers voted me in, which, to me, honestly means the most, more than anything. Knowing that my friends and my teammates think of me as a leader. And, just every day I try to just live up to that expectation of being the guy doing the right thing and being a leader for this program and for this team, and leaving this program better than the way I found it.
We're being joined by senior linebacker Tommy Cavallo, who is from Hopewell Junction, New York, John Jay High School. Tommy, you're a linebacker. You've got over 100 career tackles. What is it about playing linebacker, or specifically, or I guess less specifically, the defense that you enjoy? What is it about playing that position?
Yeah, playing linebacker. Yeah, I honestly really enjoy playing defense because it's a very gritty side of the ball. A lot of times it's about effort and it's about reading and reacting to plays. And a lot of times, well, all the time, the offense knows the play. Defense, we have a scheme, but we have to read and react off the offense. And based on that, you just have to be aggressive and make a play, and instincts, and trust your coaching, which I love.
Now, you're a football player, obviously played high school at John Jay High School, earned all-state honors in high school. You also played a couple of years of baseball. So, was it always football and baseball for you growing up?
Yeah, primarily baseball, football. I played a little hockey growing up, too. I played that for a long time. But, yeah, those three sports, yeah.
What about, again, you're a Section 1 guy down from Dutchess County, about, hour and a half, 2 hours south of where Union's located. What was it about Union College that kind of, made it the right fit for you when you were looking at schools?
Yeah, Union had a really good engineering program. That's what I wanted to study. I studied mechanical engineering, so that played a big factor in it. But then when I came to campus and I met the people and, I got in touch with the football coaching staff and I realized what great people they were, the coaching staff and the players, along with the academic side. It was almost a no-brainer.
Also, you mentioned your mechanical engineering major, 3-time all-academic awardee here, senior linebacker Tommy Cavallo, who's joining us here at halftime of the Union game against Springfield. Well, Tommy, we've reached the quick hitter section here, where I kind of just ask you a quick question. Give me your first answer, your response, that sort of thing. So, how about favorite sports team or teams?
Being from New York, I'm from New York, so New York Giants, Rangers, and Yanks.
How about favorite player? Could be a player you watched growing up, player you like to model your game after, or a player you like now.
I'll probably say Lawrence Taylor, one of the best Giants to ever do it.
Definitely, that's for sure. So, an all-time linebacker. How about favorite TV show or like series or something that you grew up watching or something that you're watching now?
I really enjoy watching Hard Knocks. Those series have been really cool to watch over the past couple of years.
How about favorite movie?
I'd probably go with The Departed.
All right, that's a good one. What about favorite music? Maybe either a genre or what do you listen to when you're trying to get right before the game, or something that you've got on your iPad your iPad or whatever that you're listening to, iPhone that you're listening to on a daily basis.
Yeah, I listen to mostly rock and roll. That's kind of what I grew up on, but I've started listening to a lot of country. If I had to pick an artist in each, I'd probably say for country, Chris Stapleton. I started liking him a lot. And for rock, probably Rolling Stones.
All right. Nice cross-section there. How about favorite food?
I would say my mother's Italian cooking.
All right. That'll win you some points at home. How about if you're not playing football, like something you're doing, maybe it's not, maybe it's summertime, maybe it's not football season, just what are you doing, with friends, that sort of thing?
Yeah, really anything outside, playing like recreational sports, like maybe cornhole or something like that, or go on a hike or swimming, anything really outdoorsy.
And then, or how about favorite class that you've taken, either you're taking or have taken at Union College?
I would say design of thermal systems. I took that course last year. It was really applicable to what I want to do with my career, so I thought that was really cool.
And then I got one last one for you before we let you give some shout outs to anybody who either may be listening or watching this back after the game's over. You're a linebacker. We're joined by senior linebacker Tommy Cavallo, senior co-captain of this Union team. Which would you prefer, sacking the quarterback or interception return for a touchdown, which you did a couple of years ago against this Springfield team?
Yeah, I think I'd go for interception, pick six. I don't like bringing it home into the end zone.
And and how about any shout outs you got, friends, family, former coaches, former players, teammates, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I want to shout out mom, dad, and my sister. Love you guys. And then I'll shout out all my teammates. Let's go finish out the second half and get a win here.
So that is senior co-captain linebacker Tommy Cavallo. Thank you for joining us here at halftime. We're coming right back, the second half of Union's home opener under the lights against Springfield College. Thank you to senior co-captain Tommy Cavallo for joining us there at halftime. And it was a first half that was a second quarter, I should say, more than the first half, which was dominated by Union as they got the passing attack going. And they lead 21-0 at halftime here. And it's just the game kind of took on a much different trajectory, if you will, because it looked like Springfield got its offense going first, and then Union, once it started passing the football, got things going and never really looked back there in that second quarter. Yeah. As I don't know if we want to take a look at some of the first half statistics, if you got those up, Connor.
Yeah, we got Union got 10 first downs versus only 6 for Springfield right now. 105 rushing yards for Springfield. That seems pretty good until you turn around and see that they got 0 receptions, 0 receiving yards, and an interception, really dampening their offense right now. Springfield is 2 for 2 on fourth down so far, only 3 for 9 on third down. That's where the big stops have came in. When Union getting them to those third and long situations is really tough for an offense like Springfield's to be successful. They've had a great job with their fullbacks running up the middle, but they've only had really one successful outside run, haven't gotten much else going, and now, down by 21 points, Springfield has to come up with some kind of game plan here. They've been completely unable to pass the ball, unlike Union, who's been extremely successful. 171 passing yards. That's a 14.3 average. 12 completions for only 17 attempts, and most of those incompletions were in the first quarter before Union started to really get their passing game going. Since then, they've been virtually unstoppable. Springfield has tried both zone defense and man-to-man. They haven't really put any quarterback pressure on Piketty. I think defensively, Springfield's idea now is going to be to try to throw a few blitzes at Piketty, get him a little bit rattled to hope he makes some mistakes, some interceptions. In the past, the Springfield offense has been able to come up with a lot of turnovers. They have 6 forced fumbles in only 2 games this year, along with forced fumble on kickoff, a blocked punt, a blocked extra point. That's what Springfield needs to come in with in the second half, some special teams plays and some turnovers to really turn this game around, down 21-0.
We're a little less than 10 minutes before the second half. We'll give you some individual statistics here. Blaine Hart has been the best runner for Springfield statistically in that first half, 4 carries for 45 yards. Arson Chiffon, 14 carries for 41 yards, so they've made him earn everything. Cannizzaro, 4 carries for 17 yards. They don't have any passes completed. Sylvester has an interception that was picked off by Nathan Sullivan. Over on the Union side, Donovan Piketty, 12 of 17 for 171 yards and a touchdown. Top receiving threat, Tommy Leonard, 5 catches for 88 yards and a touchdown. Tolbert's got 3 catches for 49 yards. Kevin Raybacks has 2 catches. Garrett Cafaro has 1, as does Jonathan Anderson. We talked about running the football. Union has had a lot of success running the football the first 2 weeks, nearly no success in that first half. Michael Fiore, 7 carries for 15 yards. Donovan Piketty, 3 carries for 10 yards. And Jonathan Anderson, 3 carries for 10 yards. So they've only carried the ball 13 times, but they only have 35 yards. So it's been tough sledding. But, again, once Union found its footing with the passing game, they really haven't looked back. They've kind of gone away from the run because they started seeing that the passing game was working with Piketty. And this, again, a Union offense that came in averaging 64 points per game. They lead 21-0 at halftime. And all of this with a new head coach, some new coaches, new offensive coordinator, and they lost guys that are in the record books like I.K. Irabor, running back, who got a look with the Giants in the lead up to the NFL season, and Andre Ross Jr., who is a record book receiver, as well as Nick Dunneman, who had an outstanding first year last season for Union, 53 catches for 802 yards and 6 touchdowns. He transferred to FCS level Georgetown. So you've got 2 huge receiving threats that moved on, and you're one of your greatest running backs in school history, and Union's offense has come out and just continued to pour on the points as they have 149 points through 10 quarters this season.
Yeah, now here we see Union running out from halftime, ready to score some more points. Union, those 21 points only came in about the last 10 minutes of that first half.
Last 7 minutes.
Last 7 minutes of that first half. They picked up the offense at the end.
The first touchdown came with 6:54 left in the first half. Michael Fiore, 4-yard rushing touchdown. Then you had Piketty, who ran one in for a touchdown. And then at 3:45, and then under a minute to go, Leonard caught that pass from Piketty. So 3 touchdowns in the last 7 minutes. And, Connor, maybe the biggest thing that Union's got to figure out here is how do you keep that momentum? They would have preferred, I think, to stay out on the field at that point, right? Everything's rolling. It seems to be working like we were just saying, 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes. Now you've gone into the locker room kind of, you hope you haven't lost that juice, but you certainly have to pick up the momentum from where you left off in the first half.
Yeah, halftime couldn't have come at a better time for Springfield. They needed something to stop the bleeding. Hopefully they figured out something in that locker room to come out here, stop this Union passing offense, and find a way to drive down and score. They've been able to drive the ball decently effectively so far in this game, but unable to make it into that end zone. The biggest turning point in this game so far on the biggest drive Springfield's had, making it all the way down to the 25-yard line. A big sack came in for Union, pushing them all the way out of field goal range, leading to a punt, which turned into all of these points for Union. And since then, the Union defense hasn't let up much, including an interception by Nathan Sullivan that set up that second touchdown.
Again, Union's defense has not allowed a point through the first 2.5 games. And this is a Springfield offense that is very explosive, 37 points per game. They came in averaging just under 500 yards per game. And this is a team that went to the NCAA tournament last year. They finished 9-3. They won 8 straight games. They lost the game to Union 21-6. We've mentioned it a couple of times. Then they went on to win 8 straight games, get to the NCAA tournament, lose in the second round to Ithaca. And in 2021, they also went to the NCAA tournament, finishing 7-4 that year, losing to Cortland in the NCAA tournament. So, and they're picked to finish first in their league again this year, the new MAC conference. So Springfield, as they come back out onto the field to the far sideline, Union's already out here. This is, if any team knows how to kind of go back to the locker room, reset, it's this Springfield team. They're receiving votes in the D3Football.com Top 25 poll. So this is a veteran group led by a veteran head coach in Mike Sarasola. And so expect Springfield to come out and kind of punch back, if you will.
Yeah, the biggest statistic to show the difference between that first quarter and that second quarter, Union 1 first down and 20 yards total in that first quarter. They turn it around in the second quarter, 9 first downs and over 185 yards in that second quarter to score those 21 points.
And the defense, I think, maybe turned things around, because you remember Springfield was knocking on the door. Then there was a couple of negative plays for its offense, and then a big sack, and they had to punt. And you had mentioned it at the time. They've got a good field goal kicker, and it kind of pushed them out of Christian Hutra's range, who is a very good kicker and has hit from 46 yards in his career. 81% on his career for field goals, 97% on his career for extra points. So a very good kicker, but that sack from the Union defense moved them out of field goal range, and they had to punt, and that is when it seemed Union got everything kind of flowing on offense.
Yeah, since that point, the Union defense has become much tougher. Only a 1.9-yard rushing average for Springfield in that second quarter versus 4.6 in the first quarter. So the Springfield offense, since the end of that first quarter, really hasn't, and that was right at the end of their longest drive, hasn't been able to find anything that works.
Springfield will receive the second half kickoff first. Brown Coach is the official charter company and a proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. Call Brown Coach or Brown Travel for all of your charter and travel needs. So Union will kick the football off to start the second half, left to right across your screen. It's caught at the 10-yard line. Out to the 25, 30, flag flies. Actually, 3 flags, I believe, flew.
Yeah, it looked like a Springfield blocker performed a wrestling move on one of the defenders for Union. Pretty obvious to everyone in the stands. See 3 flags come out from pretty much every ref that could see it.
It was sophomore defensive back Corbett Samini, who looked like he was maybe going to give Springfield decent field position. Got out to around the 30, but the flags seem to indicate Springfield will be starting this possession backed up in near its own goal line.
Yeah, essentially Springfield blocker tackled a Union player. Oddly enough, that is not allowed, so Springfield get a 5-yard penalty.
So it backs things up. They said it's a spot foul, so it's 10 yards from the spot. So they move it back to the 19-yard line, and that's where Springfield will start this second half. First down and 10 for the Pride. As Jacob Sylvester back out under center. He's been the quarterback throughout. But again, this is not a throwing attack usually. They run the football here, Springfield. They'll look to get on track here in the second half. Handoff going up the middle. And I don't know if it was Chiffon. He's usually in that position, and see who it is at the bottom of that pile. It is number 25, Arson Chiffon. Gets 3 yards out to or 4 yards, I guess, out to the 23.
Union's playing man-to-man on these Springfield receivers, maybe giving Sylvester a chance, but he has had no time to throw the ball, leading to 0 completions so far.
Yeah, the only pass was completed to the other team, Nathan Sullivan. Sylvester was 5 of 8 for 181 yards and 3 touchdowns coming into the game. So 5 completions this season. He's got 3 passing touchdowns. So that shows you they don't pass the football very much. Union's defense right there as they push right through the offensive line, and a negative play, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
Now 3rd and long, you expect. I don't know what the Springfield offense will do here. It might be more dangerous to throw the ball than to run it. It might be more successful just to hope for a prayer to run and get a quick 7 yards. This Union defensive line is just making Springfield offensive line look like paper on these passing plays. Sylvester has no time and just tosses it up wherever he can.
This is a very veteran group, too, for Springfield. They start 4 seniors and a junior. Union has shown its size and strength, though, up front. Vasquez is the man in motion. They're going to hand it up the middle, twisting and turning and trying to fight for that first down marker is Was it Chiffon?
Yeah, I believe that was Chiffon. And they'll give them the first
they give them
down.
the first down. It looked like it was not going to be spotted close enough, but remember they started the 19, had to get to the 29, although they didn't really. I mean
that spot looks
it was,
firmly behind, or at least at the 19.
I thought it was at least going to be a close look at it, and they kind of just moved the chains. So Springfield, a fresh set of downs. Looked like Union head coach John Poppy was kind of saying, are you sure that's where the spot should be? Here's Sylvester, fakes the handoff up the middle, pitch to Vasquez, and Vasquez is pushed out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
We haven't seen Springfield run too much of the option later in this game. They've been mainly focusing on those up the middle runs up the middle. There they run it. It was a pretty successful pitch there by Sylvester, getting them about 8 yards.
So pickup of 7 for Vasquez. 12:33 to go here in the third quarter. 21-0 Union. Springfield trying to move down the field. The danger with this offense is you get somebody to miss an assignment and you can hit a big hitter with this triple option. They pitch it to Vasquez going to the short side, and he is going to get run out of bounds short of the first down marker, but it's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Erdy, only 12:16 left in this quarter. This offense chews clock really efficiently, which is great when it's 0-0.
Or when you're leading.
Or when you're leading, but it's really tough when you're down by 21 points.
3rd down and 1 from the Springfield 38. Pride have had a lot of success in these 3rd down and really short situations. This time they're going to be stopped. Going right up the middle was Chiffon, and he was met and driven back, and it's going to be 4th down.
Looks like they're going to give him forward progress for pretty much no
line,
loss.
Yeah.
This kind of comes similar to a situation we had at the end of the second half when it was 14-0. They elected the second quarter when it was 14-0. They elected to punt it on deep in their own zone on 4th and short. Looks like they sent the punt unit out again. Really interesting call. Only so many minutes left in this game. At some point, this Springfield offense has to make something happen. Hopefully, I'm going to say they're looking for some big plays on defense or on special teams to get some turnovers to create their own offense for them.
McDivitt boots it away, driving Raybacks back inside the 25. He'll make the fair catch, and that's where Union will start its first offensive drive of the second half, leading 21-0. Union College football would like to thank the following sponsors for their support in this 2023 season: Brown Coach, CDPHP, Courtyard by Marriott, Mohawk Harbor, Curtis Lumber, Doubletree by Hilton, Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, Ortho New York, New Country Lexus of Latham, and Homewood Suites. Proud supporters of Union College Athletics, Union College football. 10:55 to go here in the third quarter. Andrew Santillo and Connor Collette with you on a Friday evening. Union leading at 21-0. 3 second quarter touchdowns for Union has it out to a 21-0 lead. They take a timeout there, so it looked like maybe some confusion with personnel before the first offensive snap of the second half.
Yeah, there's been 2 fourth downs now. You just saw that one there, a 4th and 1 where Sarasulo elected to punt it. There's also one at the end of the second quarter where he elected to punt it. Those might be some you look at the film room later where maybe they should have played a little more aggressively. Time's going to run low, and now you're giving Union offense a lot of attempts with this ball.
See if the Springfield defense can strengthen up here. Again, a pretty stout unit, averaging just 17 points per game allowed through the first 2 games of the season, but already more than that here this evening.
At the bottom of your screen, press coverage on Raybacks, one-on-one up the sideline.
Picchetti's going to let it fly, and it is through the hands of the receiver.
We have a flag in the backfield, likely for holding. I think we'll see this Union offense move back a little bit.
Yeah, the pass was intended for Landers Green, who just had it go right through his hands, the sophomore from Wharton, New Jersey. But to be honest, if he caught it, it would have been maybe a bigger letdown because you would be going backwards and the catch would have been erased anyway.
Yeah, Springfield definitely did a little bit better of a job getting some pressure on Piketty there, and there was some pretty good coverage down the line. Definitely.
I think they're looking over at the Springfield sideline. They may decline this. Oh, no, actually. It looks like it was a face mask, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe they would have declined if it was holding, but the 15 yards, they'll definitely take that.
It pushes Union all the way back close to the 10-yard line.
This brings up some opportunities, too, for Springfield. They really need to create some turnovers or some special teams plays to get back in this game. I think that's what they're hoping for with that last punt. We got a bunch formation at the bottom of your screen. Only 3 Springfield players there to defend it. Looks like they're going man-to-man, possibly trying to get some more pressure on Piketty with this formation. Looks like they also have a robber safety, number 20, in the back.
That's Tyler Pullman. Piketty running out of time, and now he's going to let it loose, and it is incomplete.
Great coverage there by the Springfield unit. It's the first time today we've seen Piketty really have nowhere to throw that ball. The man-to-man coverage on at the bottom half was phenomenal, and 2 men at the top screen had their men covered as well. Nowhere for Piketty to go, along with some pretty good pressure by the 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers.
So Piketty just got rid of it here. We haven't seen too many incompletions since the first quarter for senior Donovan Piketty. 2nd and long here for Union.
Springfield's back to 2 high safeties. They're going to run here for Union.
I believe that's Fiore he got through the initial line of scrimmage, but not much more than that as he was hit hard and driven back. It looked like Joe Maurer was in on the tackle too, coming from the secondary. Got maybe to the 14-yard line. But Union's got to get all the way out to the 33, so it is 2nd and very long. 19.
Yeah, Union might elect to run it here, possibly count it as an ungettable first down, get some room for this punt. Piketty's back, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers.
And I'm sorry, it's 3rd and 19. So Piketty fakes the handoff. This is a designed run for him. Puts his head down, gets past a tackler, and gets back to almost the initial line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up 4th and long. Union's got a player down on that offensive line. So Piketty looked like he was just maybe trying to get some room, obviously trying to get the first down, but maybe trying to.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a draw play, maybe trying to take a shot. If you get a big run, you get that first down. If not, you get a lot more room for this punt, push the Springfield offense backwards. Can't quite tell what player is down, but he's being tended to right now.
Looks like trainer Cheryl Rockwood out. Looks like it is number 73, which is the right guard, Kevin Dewing, the senior from Reading, Mass.
He walks off on the field on his own weight. The Union punt team will take the field.
So they do actually mark it back at the initial line of scrimmage. So it's 4th and 10 at the 23. Andrew Lau, who's had a couple of good punts, lets this one fly. It is caught at the 37. And here comes Maurer. He's got a lot of room. He's got a head of steam. He's at the 30. And he is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Springfield.
Yeah, Maurer there. That's exactly what Springfield was looking for. We were talking about it earlier in this game, that they need to come up with some special teams play. They have a very good special teams unit, and that's what they needed to get them back in this game. Now suddenly, with still 9 minutes left in this quarter, the game looks a lot more in reach for the Springfield team.
Yeah, it was Joe Maurer, the senior from Wilbraham, Massachusetts. He'd only had 1 punt return so far this year for 7 yards. This one he brings it all the way back for the touchdown. Extra point from Christian Hutra is up, and it is good. And with 9:26 to go
we saw
in the third quarter, it's Union 21, Springfield 7.
If you were here with us last year, couple games where Union was up big, went into the locker room and came out a little flat. Seems to have maybe carried over here. The defense came out quite good with a quick stop against Springfield, but now the special teams unit's just caught asleep, and Springfield's back in this game.
And that's the first points allowed by Union College this season. So it took until the 9:26 mark of the third quarter for Union to allow any points to be scored against it. And it's officially Maurer 64-yard return. The punt from Lau went 41, and Maurer brought it back 64 yards for the touchdown. And Springfield's first points here this evening. So, yes, that was, well, we talked about it. Coach Sarasola maybe played it a little conservative by punting it away, but he gets the payoff there as his special teams make a play and get his team back in this game.
Yeah, definitely. The special teams unit, he has trust in them. And special teams unit, we talked about at the beginning game, they can make the difference in a tight game like this with two good teams. Both these teams have made some amazing special teams plays so far this year, and that one will get added onto the list for Springfield. They'll try to make some more of those happen and get some turnovers to get some more scores.
Brought in by, I believe it's Raybacks at the 10, starts towards the near side of the field, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 25 or so. It's also, Connor, the first Springfield touchdown scored against Union since back in 2021, because remember last year's game was a 21-6 score, only two Christian Hutra field goals for the Springfield offense. So they had not scored a touchdown against Union since 2021, which that game was here. Number 13 ranked Union beat Springfield 30-23 in a very good contest. This is shaping up to be a good one too, as Springfield gets on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. Union's offense back out there.
On the last drive, it seemed like the Springfield DBs had figured something out to put Piketty to a stop, but he'll get another completion here down on the far sideline.
Piketty's pass is caught, and it is a good for a first down. I believe that is Tolbert on the far side. Gets out to the 35-yard line. So pickup of about 12. It'll be a first down for Union.
Only 3 down linemen now for Springfield. They're really trying to fight this passing game. One linebacker will walk up on the far end.
Piketty fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw it deep. He's got Landers Green, who makes the catch and is tackled inside the 25 by Amir Preston. They tried that a couple times, Connor, and they finally connect.
Yeah, finally Landers is able to get underneath that ball. He made a phenomenal double move. He had a go route, but just slowed down just enough where his DB stopped, thinking it was a breaking in route, and that let him get wide open down that sideline.
Now a flag flies as Union tried to get up to the line. Kevin Dewing is back in there at right guard, so that's a good sign to see. Union tried to get to the line quickly, and they ended running into a penalty here. It's going to be a false start, and it'll back them up 5 yards.
Yeah, penalties have been an issue for Union this season. They're averaging 66 yards of penalties a game, and 14 of them. So far in this game, their last drive was killed by a penalty, along with some other penalties that have really hurt them.
Yeah, you don't like to see penalties, but when you're winning 60-0, it's not as big a deal. But in a game like this, and you know you're going to have some close ones, you don't want to have penalties that'll stall drives, like you said. 1st and 15 from the Springfield 26. Piketty is going to throw it into the end zone, and it was almost intercepted by Maurer, who had the punt return for the touchdown. He was the closest one to the football in the end zone.
Piketty read that one. A little aggressive there. He went with that corner route that was double covered. A great read by that far DB. I believe it was Tyler Pullman. He saw where Piketty's eyes were looking, left Raybacks down in the flat, who was wide open, and fell back to guard that extra route.
2nd down and 15. Piketty with Anderson in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Jonathan Anderson makes a move. Got through the line of scrimmage, but give credit to this Springfield defense. They have been very tough to run, and that was Maurer again coming out of the secondary to make the hit.
And they've even managed to keep their stout D-line and run defense while contributing extra guys to the pass game to help stop Piketty's passing. And it's proved really impressive that they're still able to stop the run here.
This is a huge play. 3rd down and 12 for Union. 7:38 to go in the third quarter. Union leading 21-7. Piketty running out of time. His pass is a one hopper into Leonard.
Yeah, that was one of the first times that Piketty's gotten a hit all day. Not much pressure, but there, I think it was Quinn Sweeney for Springfield delivering the pressure and causing Union to have to throw away that very important 3rd down.
So this is Max Gluck out for the field goal attempt. This will be a 40-yard field goal for the right-footed Gluck. The kick is up, and it is good. Big-time kick for Max Gluck. And with 7:28 to go in the third quarter, it's Union 24, Springfield 7.
Gluck missed one last week in the 65-0 game, but he comes through when it's clutch in a game that's truly tight and matters and makes that kick to put Union up by 3 scores.
Yeah, that was a big kick because Springfield had a lot of momentum from that punt return for a touchdown, and if that was either a missed field goal or no points for Union, Springfield would have had even more momentum, but as it stands, 7:28 to go, midway through this third quarter, Union leading at 24-7.
Yeah, because we've seen Union in past years, when they come out flat, that momentum just starts rolling for the opposing team, but being able to get any kind of points on the board makes a huge difference at this point in the game of keeping that Union momentum from the first half alive. Union coming out here for the kick. Springfield might try to return this one. They've had more success in the return game than they have on offense so far this game.
This bounces at about the 10, and it's going to take a Union roll into the end zone where it will be a touchback. So Springfield will come out. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Union fans, there's an online store for all of your shopping needs. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com for college gear and gifts for that fan in your life. Visit UnionAthleticsGear.com. That's all one word, UnionAthleticsGear.com. Plenty of good items there to take a look at. Springfield 1st and 10 from its own 25 here, as that's where they'll start this drive. Springfield offense still has not put any points on the scoreboard. Their only touchdown, the Pride, coming on a 64-yard punt return by Joe Maurer. Sylvester fakes the handoff up the middle, now pitches to Vasquez. Vasquez running to the right side, and he's got a nice gain out to the 35-yard line, close to a 1st down.
Yeah, a little quick pitch there for the Springfield offense. Great job blocking, able to get a 10-yard gain. Looks like they're going to give them the 1st down. Now moving the chains.
Pretty good spot there for Vasquez, who's had a nice day. Junior from Rockland, Massachusetts.
These last 2 drives have been pretty quick. Still 7 minutes left in this quarter after almost 4-minute-long first drive for Springfield. Union moves the ball much quicker with their throwing game.
Handoff up the middle, not much there. Maybe a yard or two for Chiffon, I believe, 25. It's just really a massive pile up there in the middle. You see Jack Flanagan in there, who leads Union so far this season with tackles for loss and sacks.
Yeah, with almost 6 down linemen for Springfield and 5 down linemen for Union. Really becomes a scrum in there, just fighting for every inch.
2nd down and 7. Sylvester up the middle they go again, and maybe a yard here for Springfield. Tell you, they've had to earn every yard rushing the football with this Union defense. Give them credit against this vaunted Springfield rushing attack. Third down and 6 from the Springfield 39. Trying to get the call here. Remember, the play clocks all say 0, so I don't know if they're yelling out, you got 5 seconds left, but Springfield gets to the line. We're not sure how much time there is left. They may have to burn a timeout here. I don't know now. I don't know how much time is left on the play clock. Sylvester back under center, and now the flag
goes
flies.
the flag.
Yeah,
They take an impressive amount of time under center there. I do feel for them a little bit because they have no visual representation,
I have
but
to
at the same
imagine-
time, your internal clock's got to be saying
Yeah.
go, go, go while you're sitting under center there.
I have to imagine the referee is yelling it out, but again, there's a lot of noise. The Union fans are trying to come alive here. It's 3rd and 11 now, and this is exactly what Union head coach John Poppy was looking for. 3rd and long for Springfield from its own 34. Man in motion. They're going to throw this ball. Sylvester's pass is off the turf, incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. It was intended for 82 Logan Schenk.
Yeah, Sylvester found the right read there. The Springfield offensive line did a good job, even with 6 guys rushing, at giving him a few seconds to make that pass. He just rushes it a little too much, sticks to the hand a little bit, and puts it into the ground. And we'll be going for another punt here on 4th and 11, hoping for something special to happen again, like that punt return touchdown. We have 4:59 left in this 3rd quarter.
So it's McDivitt out to punt. Rayback standing at his own 30-yard line. High, short punt. It bounces out of bounds. Oh, I think it bounced out of bounds, then bounced back inbounds. So Union will have great field position at its own 42-yard line when we get this drive started. But first, let's tell you about Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch, dinner, before or after Union games. It's the place to watch college football, hockey, pro football with friends and family. It's Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, proud supporter of Union College athletics and Union College football. So, Connor, good field position here, 4:53 to go. Springfield outscoring Union in this 3rd quarter 7-3.
Yeah, they still have a lot of ground to make up. Here, Paquetti goes for a designed run.
Makes a nice move and
Yeah.
gets to the sideline close to the 1st down.
Yeah, evading through many white jerseys, able to get an extra few yards there.
Also gets over to the Springfield side of the field.
Interesting spot.
Well, actually, they spot it right at midfield, so it'll be 2nd and 2. Thought he got a little further than that. But still a good pickup on 1st down. It looked like, again, that, like you said, Connor, it looked like a designed run for Paquetti.
Yeah, they definitely had more success with those than their regular rushing plays so far today.
Yeah, not very much success, although they're going to run the football here, and it's, I believe, Fiore who gets all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Fiore with the carry, and that one is probably the best run of the game for the Dutch for Union, as he gets all the way down to the 22-yard line, 28-yard pickup. 4 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter.
It was a phenomenal run. For a second, it looked like he was going to the end zone. Paquetti goes back to pass, gets it to Raybacks. Raybacks makes a move, gets past one, but unable to get past the 2nd defender.
He got another 1st down. It's going to be just outside the 10-yard line, so it looks like Union will still have an opportunity to get another 1st down. Good pass from Paquetti to Raybacks.
Union now in the red zone.
Would love to tack on another score here, leading 24-7. Paquetti in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side. He's going to fake the handoff and keep it himself, and he takes a Kind of a big hit as he's twisting down around the 7-yard line.
Burketti's definitely not the QB to shy away from hits, but doesn't really have to with the 6'4", 225 frame that he has.
Was another designed run for Burketti, who's had a very nice game. He's got the 1 passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. The other touchdown from Michael Fiore. Burketti takes the snap, handoff, and not able to get away from the Springfield line.
Yeah, Burketti right now running the best for Union with a 4.8 average compared to only 2.1 for Fiore and 3.0 for Anderson.
That was Fiore again, who couldn't get away from the defensive line. So to bring up 3rd down, Union can get a 1st down right at about the 1-yard line, 1 or 2.
Yeah, very important down here for Springfield. If they can keep him to a field goal here, it's still a 3-score game instead of 4. 4 receivers out, 1 motions across. Looks like Raybacks.
Burketti looking to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete. Was looking for, I believe that's Landers Green. Good coverage there on the far side.
Yeah, Tyler Palladino has gotten subbed in at some point in the game, and he's been doing great. He saved a touchdown on that Fiore run earlier, and then great coverage there from the sophomore defensive back.
So 4th down, Union's going to send out the field goal kicker, Max Gluck. This one a little bit shorter. It's going to be about a 25-yard kick, and it is up, and it is good. So Union tacks on some more. Would have liked a touchdown. They get another field goal with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It is Union 27, Springfield 7.
Yeah, that keeps it to a 3-score game, but just makes it a little bit more difficult for Springfield to mount a comeback here. We got 2 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. The Springfield offense takes a lot of time to work, and we haven't seen them make it into the red zone yet today. They were very close at one point, but a big sack from the Union defense at the time it needed it most prevented them from scoring any points. The 7 points on the board came off of a punt return for a touchdown.
Yes, actually, Springfield still outscoring Union in this 3rd quarter 7-6. So it was 21-0 at halftime. If you joined us late, Union had 3 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes of the 2nd quarter. 2 running, 1 from Burketti and Fiore, and then a passing touchdown from Burketti to Leonard. 2 field goals in this quarter from Max Gluck. From the 15-yard line, here comes the return man for Springfield. Gets out close to the 35-yard line is number 29,
Flag
Corbett
down.
Samini.
Seemed a little late. Right by where the tackle was made. The rest will have a little conference here about what happened. Didn't see anything obvious. Most likely would be a holding on Springfield. We'll wait for their verdict.
Yeah, although based on the reaction from Union head coach John Poppy, I've been watching him, this may be on Union.
Yeah, I think it might be a personal foul of some kind, maybe a face mask or...
Yeah, and I only say that because Coach Poppy kind of turned around to the sideline and was, no, maybe not. Oh, I was wrong. I'll take it. I thought from the way he turned around, I thought it was going to be a foul on Union, and I thought Coach Poppy was saying, come on, we got to play smarter, but that is on Springfield. It's going to move them all the way back to the 20-yard line. So that is a huge penalty because they would have had the ball, the Pride at the 35, and they move back to the 20. A minute 54 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, last 2 kickoffs for Springfield, they've had both holding penalties that have really pushed them back into their own zone. Here, their field position is not too bad, only at the 20. But they have a long way to go to get to the end zone. Pitch here. Flag is out.
That was Blaine Hart. There is a flag down, as you said, Connor, back at about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, where it's coming from doesn't seem like it will be good for Springfield. After a pretty successful run there, probably would have gotten a first down if it counts.
Looks like it was an illegal shift. So as you said, it wipes out that run from Hart. And it's going to push Springfield back inside its own 20. Back to about the 15-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Pride. And the way they've moved this ball offensively, that's, they are looking at a uphill challenge here, down by 20 points in the late stages of this third quarter. They haven't been able to break anything, any long runs. I should say many long runs. They hand this one up the middle, actually keeping it Sylvester, and he gets to the 20-yard line. Pick up a 5.
Yeah, only a minute 20 left in this third quarter. Now at second down, they're back to the 10 yards away.
Again, Springfield, if you've been jumping around other games, Springfield hasn't scored any offensive points. Their only touchdown came on a 64-yard punt return by Joe Maurer in the third quarter.
Yeah,
Under a minute to go in the third. Sylvester hands it off, nowhere to go. There's at least 4 or 5 Union defensive players led by Dionis Polanco, number 55.
Yeah, this Union defense has been phenomenal since the start of the second quarter, causing Springfield to be well under 3 yards per run, which really makes it impossible for them to move the ball at all.
Man, Polanco just busted through the line, too. Union has had the better of the play in the trenches. And that's not saying much because they haven't had much rushing, success running the football. But Springfield, which comes in with a vaunted rushing attack, has had not success to its liking. And now the flag flies again. And I think that's going to be delay a game on Springfield.
Springfield, we talked about some problem with Union penalties. Springfield, a better team penalty-wise coming into this game. But so far today, they've had multiple false starts. That's their 3rd delay of game penalty. The play clocks aren't working here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. Well, I mean, it's their fault ultimately, but they're not really getting much help because the clocks aren't. They're just sitting at 0.
They don't seem even close to calling the play though. When the flag comes out, they sit under center for 30 seconds, and everyone in the stadium's kind of just sitting there waiting for the flag to be thrown.
So after 3 quarters of play here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York, it is Union 27. See if Union can get its offense back on quarter. They're going to hand the football off, and a big here as Jonathan Anderson breaks. Huge run for Union as he gets all the way down to the 25. It's a pickup of 30. Well, I guess he's at about the 28. Pickup of about 35 yards on first down for Jonathan Anderson.
The Union offense really struggled to rush in the first half, but seemed to have figured it out as the Springfield defense commits more of their players towards that pass that was so successful, scoring 21 points in the second quarter.
Shotgun snap to Pichetti, hands to Anderson, running again up the middle. And he gets 3 yards to the 25. Union's got another player down. Haven't seen that too much. It looks like maybe a cramp here. It's, with this game being at night, it's not as hot. It was in probably maybe got to the low 70s today. But it has cooled down considerably since the sun has gone down. Currently, we're sitting at 59 degrees. So it's very comfortable weather, certainly for the players at this point. As we take a look and try to see who's down right now, as Cheryl Rockwood is out, the team head trainer. Might be doing again as Coach John Poppy is right over him. Looks like they're just trying to stretch out that left leg.
Union offense seems ready to go, but Dewey is not quite done stretching yet.
It's not doing. He is in the huddle.
Oh.
So I can't see the number.
Yeah.
We will see it here as he pops up at 75. That's the left tackle, Matt McCorkle, junior from Maryland. Well, I tell you, this is where the Union offense will try to see if they can wear down the Springfield front. You know, it's 27-7. See if you can maybe lean on him here, run the football. Anderson's had a couple of big runs on this drive. He's going to get the football again. Trying to go right up the middle behind that Union front. Maybe pick up of about 3 more, and it's going to bring up third and call it 3 or 4. Paquetti right to the line. Now he looks over to the sideline.
Third and short here. Be an interesting decision to see if they go pass or run. The run game has picked up considerably in these last 2 drives, having some successful rushes comparatively to the pass game of the second quarter where Union just could not be stopped moving the football. Paquetti will drop back to pass this one.
Going to pass to the far side, and it is caught on that far side.
That looks like Landers. From
Again, it's a little tough if you joined us late. Union's wearing its gray jerseys with the garnet numerals, and it's with it being dark here, it is a little difficult to see on the far side of the field, but that was Green who made the catch. First down for Union at the 15-yard line. Handoff, running left. Staying on his feet is Anderson, and he gets all the way.
Anderson breaking 3 or 4 tackles on, determined to get every extra yard he can. After the first tackle was broken, probably got an extra 6-7 yards out of that play.
And this could be a big blow here if Union can get another touchdown on the scoreboard, leading by 20.
Yeah,
They're down deep here. Paquetti, he's going to hand it off for Anderson. Anderson tries to bounce it outside, and he is knocked down. Ball comes out, but the whistles are being blown.
An early whistle comes from the ref for stopped progress, and about the same time as the whistle comes, the ball gets punched out. Not a fan of that if you are rooting for Springfield. But the whistle was definitely blown before that ball came out.
So it's 2nd and goal. 11 minutes to go in this game. Union leading Springfield 27-7. Paquetti in the shotgun's got 2 receivers to the far side. And Fiore in the backfield with him. Paquetti takes the snap, gives it to Fiore. Fiore up the middle, and he is in for the touchdown. Michael Fiore, touchdown, and Union may have very well just put this out of reach.
Another touchdown for Fiore, who comes into this game doing phenomenally and leading the team in TDs. He had 4 coming into this game.
Now he's got 6. Well, it's not 60, but Union is halfway. They've got 33 against a very stout defense in Springfield. It only allows 17 points a game. Extra point is up, and it is good. And with 10:43 to go in this game, it's Union 34, Springfield 7. 4-yard rushing touchdown by Michael Fiore. As you said, Connor, his second of the evening, sixth of the season, and his 16th career rushing touchdown for the senior from Stony Brook, New York. Well, I tell you, Union has just come out here and played a really, really solid game this evening. Again, it was scoreless till midway through the second quarter. Fiore got the scoring going, and Union has scored 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals, and more importantly, the defense has not allowed any points. Only points for Springfield were a punt return for a touchdown. So Union is doing just a phenomenal job defensively against this vaunted Springfield rushing attack. Short kick caught on the run at the 15-yard line. Big return here. Twisting away and getting out near midfield is number 35. That's Bradley Barcelo. So a nice return there for Springfield's Barcelo, the sophomore receiver, who actually has 2 receiving touchdowns so far this season. Got all the way out to midfield. That's where Springfield will start, 1st and 10, with 10:35 to go in this game, and see if Springfield can get anything going here offensively.
Springfield still in their classic setup. Another handoff up the middle.
And Union defense just not giving up anything easy, as I think that was Emilio Camus, number 42, who maybe made the hit. Pickup of 4, but Union at this point in the game, they'll let you run 4 yards every single time because there's only 10 minutes to go in this game, and Union has a commanding lead.
Yeah, this Springfield offense is designed to chew up clock. In last week's game, they had a 9-minute and 30-second drive that ended in a score. A really impressive number, but that's a lot less effective. And now they fumble the snap.
No signal yet. Sylvester, I don't think, ever got it. Now what's happening below on this pile here as people are trying to – it looks like Springfield retains possession. Lots of things can happen down there at the bottom of the pile. There's pushing and shoving and pinching and grabbing and twisting.
You never know.
Twisting arms.
You never know who falls
ankles.
on it, who comes up with it. It's a battle down there.
Right. The difference is the person who falls on it might not be the person
Yeah.
who comes out with it because there's a lot of things going on at the bottom of the pile. But Springfield comes out with the football. It's 3rd and 6 from the Union 46-yard line. Handoff to Canizaro, and he is close. The ball off in all their pitches. They have not had any fumbles in this game, which is rather remarkable and shows you how much they, practice this and how good they are at running the pitches and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think it's really impressive to show just how decisive Sylvester is, because sometimes the QB and the running back can both try to grab the ball and then it ends up falling down, but they've done a great job at being able to hand it off and pitch it very decisively. Oh, but right now the handoff gets hit and the ball stays in the hands. Oh, a flag comes down. Maybe excessive celebration. Thought it might be a fumble for a second, but looks like it was just a great tackle for a loss by Union.
It was 3rd and 1. They stopped them, and I'm surprised they threw a flag because all the Union players were celebrating, but they were running off the field.
I think the refs seem to be looking at Nathan Sullivan. Maybe he said something the ref didn't appreciate.
Oh, no, it's on. Oh, no, wait. So that was – I didn't realize. I guess that was 4th down. I thought it was 3rd down. So the penalty, the referee pointed to Springfield. The penalty was on Union, but it's a 1st down on the turnover on down. So
yeah, the marker on the far side of the field was wrong. We had a 3rd down. Wasn't 100% sure it was 4th down, but yeah, the penalty comes after the turnover on downs. So Union will just start a little farther back here, but they do have the ball after a great defensive play by Union, blowing up that handoff exchange.
What a big hit there, too. I mean, and Springfield's been so good on those short down and distance. They didn't get it there. Pachetti fakes the handoff. He's scrambling to his right. gets rid of it, and it is caught. There's a flag down on this side of the field.
I don't think there was a player within 20
20
yards of this referee when he threw that flag, so
Yeah, the Union sideline is not happy with whatever the call is going to be.
I think it will have to be a holding.
Might be an illegal man downfield.
Yeah, I think maybe that left tackle got a little far up.
The plays took
on
so
the
long to
play,
develop. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, very strict in college with how far you can be up the field. I think in the NFL you got something more like 3 to 5 yards. In college, I think you only got 2. So you really can't be moving upfield on the O-line. They get caught there, and they'll move back 5 yards and take away that play.
So it'll be 1st and 15, 8:20 to go in this game. Union leading 34-7 over Springfield. Springfield D-line rotates over. Paquetti is going to throw the ball again. It's complete on that far side and going out of bounds.
That was Landers Green with that reception.
It's a pickup of about 10.
He's having a great day, as well as many of the Union receivers are. They've been open almost all day, and Paquetti's done a great job of getting the ball to them.
Officially a gain of 7 yards. It will be 2nd down and 8. Tight end moves from the right side of the line to the left side. Paquetti takes the snap, hands it off. Big room to run up the middle, and being tossed over the 45-yard line is Jonathan Anderson. So Anderson's been able to break a few big runs here as he gets out over the 45-yard line. It'll be a 1st down for Union.
Yeah, Union's become much more successful rushing in this half now. Fiore and Anderson padding their stats. Now Anderson has a 7.0 average. Fiore with a 4 statistics than we saw in the 1st and 2nd quarter. Paquetti pulls it. Looks like a read option. Slide and get an easy 7 yards.
Well, they spotted him at the 49. I think what they're saying is he went into his slide, but he was on the other side of the 50.
The rules, when you give yourself up, that's where the spot is. So I guess when he initiated his slide, that's where they'll say he was.
So it was only a 3-yard pickup. 2nd down 7 from the 49-yard line.
Trips to the left side of the field.
A lot of movement over here on both sides of the field now as Springfield D-backs try to scramble to get in coverage. They're going to hand it off. I believe this is Fiore. Takes the handoff, goes about 4 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 for Union. Well, 34-7, under 6 minutes to go. Union is in good position here to go to 3-0 as they have done a nice job, all facets of the game. I guess you could say special teams giving up a punt return for a touchdown, but defensively they have been dominant against this vaunted Springfield rushing attack. Paquetti takes the shotgun snap, hands it off. Anderson bouncing off of defenders, and he gets to the 45-yard line, close to a 1st down.
I think they'll spot him with some forward progress that'll get him that 1st. Yeah, he'll get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they just gave it to him there at the Springfield 44-yard line. But give credit to the guys up front for Union, too. Not a lot of success running the football early in this game. They got the passing game going, and now the running game is salting this one away with 5 minutes to go, and Union leading 34-7. Here's Anderson. And he gets a couple of yards behind that offensive line. We'll give them some kudos there. Matt McCorkle, Luke Rader, the center. Actually, I was gonna say the center, but I think trying to see who else is out there right now. They're playing without their right tackle, Stan Koss, who's one of the 4 co-captains. And it was Kyle Webster, 66, who got the start, so good job for him. Kevin Dewing, who's been out there, and Nick Olivola, the center. Hand off to the left side. Now Fiore breaks it back to the right side. And he's got a first down.
Yeah, Fiore, great job of reading the field there. The right side kind of opened up for him. Saw nothing on the left, turned around, and just ran for the open field.
And actually, I paused on that because it's actually 70. Jake Rubin, the sophomore, who is out there at center right now. So a good job to him as well. It'll be first down and 10 for Union. And a flag flies here. I think 2 men may be moving at the same time there. It looked like the running back and the tight end both, well, maybe not. Picchetti's pointing at the defense.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't see too much movement up front.
No, it's a personal foul. I thought it was going to be an illegal shift here, as it looked like 2 of the Union players started moving at the same time when they threw the flag, but it's going to be a personal foul against Springfield. It's going to be first down. It's going to move the ball all the way down to about the 15-yard line of Springfield, and now Union is in very good position here to kind of maybe put one more score on the board, as I think Springfield's going to, well, no, I think I don't know what they're doing. They blow the whistle there. I didn't know if Springfield was going to take a timeout. Now they wind the clock, 3:40 to go. But again, a dominant performance in this game by Union College. Picchetti takes the snap. He fakes the handoff, now passes it out, and rolling out of bounds. Pass was complete to number 24, Isaiah Russell, sophomore receiver from Silver Spring, Maryland. Pickup of 5 to the 10. It'll be 2nd and 5. Clock running, 3:07 to go in this game. Union leading 34-7. Picchetti motions into a bunch formation. Going to hand it off with Fiore. Fiore is met and tackled. Colby Richardson in on the tackle, as well as Billy Carr, one of the co-captains for the Springfield team. This Springfield team, I think they'll be all right. They'll be back at home next weekend as they host Coast Guard. Again, they are the number 1 preseason pick in their conference to go back to the NCAA tournament. And they did it last year. They lost to Union, then won 8 straight games and made it to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they've played phenomenally so far. And you saw a lot of bright spots in this game during that long drive to end the first quarter. On that kick return, they definitely have a good team that can perform very well.
This is Anderson running to the left side. A flag flies in, and Anderson is knocked out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. But that flag looks like it is going to be on Union. At least from the where it was thrown. And for Union, back home next weekend as they'll host Montclair State, final non-Liberty League game before jumping into league play the last Saturday of the month of September here again at home. This is a 3-game homestand, if you will, for Union as they'll host St. Lawrence on September the 30th. So Union's going to go to 3-0, and they'll host Montclair State next week. The Union was picked 4th in the preseason poll for the Liberty League. You've got Ithaca, who was the defending champ, who went all the way to the quarterfinals last year, I believe, the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament. And then you've got RPI and Hobart, and it's always a war between those 4 teams. Figure themselves somewhere at the top of this league. Union finished 6-4 last year.
Yeah, Union had a couple heartbreaking losses where they led early, came out of halftime flat. We worried that might be the case here after a quick score on that punt return by the Springfield team, but Union able to bring it back, scores 2 straight field goals. The defense played phenomenally, just really didn't give Springfield anything, and led us to where we are now with the 34-7 game currently running out on time.
So we look at the stats. Again, this is a Springfield offense that averaged, coming into this game, 386 yards rushing per game. They only got 150 right now. So they are below half of what they normally average through their first 2 games. But Union defense did this to Springfield last season. Springfield, again, they have, always have one of the best rushing attacks in the country. Union held them to 254 yards last year in a 21-6 victory. So Union's defense, there's no, forget who they played in the first 2 weeks. They pitched 2 shutouts, but the defense didn't give up any points so far in this game. Only touchdown coming on a punt return for a score for Springfield. They're going to give it to Anderson. This is 4th down. And he could get a first down. It wasn't 4th and goal. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down. And
another flag comes out at the end.
Flag comes out at the end.
The refs
minute 34 to go.
The refs have been working pretty hard this game. Quite a few penalties on both teams. This one seemed like it was after the play. A timeout by the referee. Don't know what this is for.
There's been no indication here of what the call was. It was 4th down.
Yeah, the only thing we got was a referee timeout.
It looks like they're going to measure here. That's what it is. They're bringing in the chains.
I'm assuming maybe the flag's still on the ground. That comes into play. I'm assuming it's going to be after the play, considering they're doing the measurement first.
Can't see here because of the Union huddle. It's going to be enough for a first down. So whatever, well, I guess I shouldn't say whatever the penalty was. It could have been, although I don't, where do you see the flag?
At the feet of the referee in the end zone right now. We got a flag down.
Oh, I see
he's
it.
Picking
now
it
I see
up.
it, yeah.
I don't think he's going to wave it off. Oh.
No, yeah, dead ball.
Against Union.
Yeah, against Union. Dead ball, personal foul. So it is post-play penalty.
So the first down will count.
And then
Union will keep the
maybe
ball.
will just take a knee here. 1:34 to go. As a penalty will back them all the way back out near the 20-yard line. So it looks like Union's going to kneel this. They're in the victory formation, if you will, as Union leading at 34-7. Pachetti takes a knee, and this is an all-around dominant performance for Union here this evening, and the crowd letting them hear it as Union's going to improve to 3-0 this season. And this is certainly the most impressive win of the year. Obviously, when you win game 65-0, it's very impressive. But this game looked like it was going to be an evenly matched game, and midway through that second quarter, Union just took control and never looked back as they're going to win this game 34-7. Just one more knee between, maybe 2 more actually.
Yeah, Union really showed that they can take a real challenge on. They haven't really met adversity so far this season. They met some adversity in that first quarter. They weren't able to move the ball. The Springfield was able to move it better than they were to start out the game, but they were able to come together, change up the game plan a little bit, figure it out, and come out with a great victory, 34-7, as gray jerseys move to the middle of the field for the handshake, and time runs out.
It's still 20 seconds to go, but you're right. The teams are meeting at midfield, and for Union head coach John Poppy, he improves to 3-0. His Union football team improves to 3-0, and this has got to feel good for Coach because he started his coaching career as a graduate assistant at Springfield College. He's a Williams graduate in the state of Massachusetts, a New Jersey guy. But this has got to feel good because he knows the strength of this Springfield program firsthand. And so to come out and have a decisive performance here in the home opener as the clock reads 000 or 00. And the final score in this evening's game, Union 34, Springfield 7. Any final thoughts?
Not much. I think Union really proved that they can play today. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you prove you can play when you score 60 points 2 games in a row and let up 0. But now they took on a real challenge, and I think they're really ready to face the good teams that they have coming up. This was a pretty good team, and now they're ready to move on to the season and get to the really hard parts of their schedule.
I think you maybe hit the nail on the head. Maybe early on I thought Springfield might have the edge because they've been in closer games, right? So they've been in closer games, so this was expected to be a close game. And you hit the nail on the head. Union met some adversity in that first quarter. It was 0-0 at the end of one quarter, but they turned it on at the end of the first half and never looked back as the final score is 34-7. Quickly give you a rundown here before we get out. It was 0-0 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. 6:54, in fact, when Michael Fiore ran in the first of his 2 4-yard touchdown runs to make it 7-0. About 3 minutes later, Donovan Piketty had a 2-yard run to make it 14-0. And then with less than a minute to go in the first half, Tommy Leonard caught a 21-yard pass from Donovan Piketty, and it was 21-0 Union at halftime. Second half, it was Joe Maurer who got the scoring going for Springfield. The only points the Pride would score, a 64-yard punt return with 9:26 to go in the third quarter. The first points allowed by this Union team this season, this 2023 season. It would be the only points this evening that the Union would allow, as Max Gluck would follow it up with a 40-yard field goal and then a 25-yard field goal, and after 3 quarters, it was 27-7. Michael Fiore ran in the final score of the game with 10:43 to go, rather. Another 4-yard touchdown run, which gets us to our final score of 34-7. Well, we talked about it.